Hello, good evening. No, I'm not doing a poo, whoever just said that. Actually, I was having some tech issues, if you must know. I hope you can hear me, by the way. And I've just come on whilst I'm not fully prepared because I was like, oh my God, people are probably going to think that I've fallen asleep or something, which I haven't. So I'm still trying to finish my setup. Yeah, basically it was my audio. I was doing my checklist. I was actually like 10 minutes early and I couldn't hear anything through my earphones. So yeah, I was like, shit, that means I'm not going to be able to hear any guests or anybody. So it's not pooping tech issues. Yeah, it was not. And then I was trying to figure out why my audio wouldn't play from my earphones. So I wish I could hear. Hang on a minute. Can anyone hear me? So what am I saying? That's just completely threw me off. Oh man, I can't remember. So everyone poops. Yeah, I mean, I have to, you know, I yeah, I might participate in that. I don't want people to think of that. Okay, so yeah, for some reason my sound wasn't working, so I had to just restart the entire process again. I had to like disconnect my device and then reconnect it. Because yeah, I would rather get this sorted now rather than start doing this. And you guys know how stressed I get with tech stuff. Honestly, drives me up the walls. We know we've been there. It hasn't happened for like 6 months though. So so yeah, I was like, okay, thank God. So let me just check my list. I'll still have to get rid of the beetroot face because for some reason OBS makes my face look like red, like I'm constantly embarrassed or something. So what do we have to do? We have to do, oops, oh, filters, here we go. Color correction, okay, and then saturation. We're gonna, oh, hang on, what do I usually have it on, like minus 0.20 or something? I just want to get it closer to my natural complexion, you know, because it makes me look redder than I actually am. I'm not. I'm actually more like, I don't know, like, TikTok makes me look more tanned, and then for some reason OBS, YouTube makes me look more like pink. Right. So, let's see, where are we? Everyone should be able to hear me okay, and I should have the full screen thing. So let's see what's going on. Let's see who's here. We've got Sabby Coops. Hey, how's it going? Thomas Evans, Lambretta, Ben from Berlin. We've got Martin, Navia, Jason Gert. I've said Thomas. I've said Martin. You guys don't get more than one shout out, you know? I don't want to show any kind of favoritism. Little Vegan Peg. Hello, Nilf. Hello, VSL. Hello, Tiger Woman. Have I said Willow Blue? Maybe, maybe not. Who else? Who have I missed? Unmasking. Oh, is that a troll? I don't know. I think that's pretty much everybody. There's quite a few comments because I was late. Oh, hey, James. Got a few mods here as well. Project Slingshot just dropped a bombshell on YouTube. I'll have to check that out. Are you worried about me? No need to worry about me. No need to worry. Yeah, I would have put like a message in the chat if I was going to be like any later than that. Unless I was like unconscious, then obviously I can't put a message here. So if I'm more than 15 minutes late and I haven't put a message in the chat, then yeah, be worried. But otherwise, yeah, otherwise you don't have to worry. Yeah, full screen now. I'm going to Vegan Camp Out. I hope to see you all there. Cool. I think I'm pretty much caught up. Yeah, guys, we got quite a few views. Oh, hey, JP Julia. We've got quite a few views compared to my usual view count. Last week was really good. I don't know if anyone else, well, I think most people here were there. But yeah, we had like a higher number than usual on TikTok, which was pretty cool. And then we had some like quite open people on TikTok. Sorry, I don't know if I just said. So we had a higher number of people on YouTube, and we had some open-minded people on TikTok. And one of them, Magpie, said that he's going to come back this week. So that'll be interesting to see if he does. And I don't know if anyone knows this, but I work at an animal rescue. So yeah, I'm thinking if Magpie comes back and he's still vegan, we've got a new pigeon with an injured wing. So maybe I'll call the pigeon Magpie if that guy has gone vegan. Meat is good. God, these non-vegan trolls. Meat is good. Jared, why don't you come and have a chat with me? I'm about to go live. Yeah, I'm about to go live, and I'm going to put the link on the YouTube, and yeah, we can have a chat. So let's get started. Actually, I think I've done everything that I needed to do. But yeah, I was just going to say, mods, do whatever you did last week, because last week was cool. Hello, Marcos. Yeah, last week we had some quite a lot of people. Here we go. Right, let me get the link. Bear with. So you guys don't even realise how many steps go into making sure my whole setup. Like I've got like a dual screen. I have to like connect. I have to have an Ethernet cable. I have to plug that in, put my laptop on charge. I have to, let me tell you what else I have to do. Yeah, I've got my ring light, headphones. I have to turn on my notifications and my Bluetooth and my do not disturb off and my silent mode. And I have to plug this adapter in, make sure my phone's on charge, connect my phone to my laptop, and then I have to make sure that the OBS, which is what I use to stream to TikTok, that's set up all okay, and that all the settings are in the same place, because when we have updates, it decides to change everything. And then check my PC sound settings, make sure my background's in place, and then go through onto YouTube Studio. So that's why I have to have a checklist. But yeah. And usually I start this at like 7:00 and it takes about 20 minutes. But yeah, that's why I was a little bit late today, but I'm here now. So let me get the link. Okay. Yeah, that's all I've got to do. And then we'll get started. So, TikTok. Here we go. Right. Join. These comments are from bots. Hey Jared, thank you for the vegan meat emojis. That's really cool of you. Obviously that's vegan meat that you're posting because no animals were exploited. So yeah, thank you Jared. So join the live here. However, Jared, I do appreciate actual like communication, like proper, direct, honest conversations. So here's the link. I invite you to come and have a chat with me. And you, Josh, 2518 Josh, let's chat. Let's have a vegan meat. What the fuck is that shit? It's meat made out of plants. So, yeah, because we don't actually have to eat body parts. What is that? Okay, let's see. Oh, I have friends. I have Chip and, oops, wrong button, and David. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Jam, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Good. A bit stressed because I was running late and I couldn't get tech to work, and I get really, really stressed out when tech is not
No,
going
you
my
don't.
way.
I've never seen you stressed out about.
Oh my God. I don't know why it just triggers me so much. So if anyone ever wants to piss me off, that
Yeah,
I should not be revealing that.
that's the way.
That's the way. I mean, I can have conversations with people who are spouting such crap, but the minute I have tech issues, that just I can't.
Your last video, oh my gosh, dude. That like all the excuses in the book, like the bingo card of like bingo cards, and you did it so like I don't know how you didn't let him go earlier, but like holy crap, like you answered everything like a ninja. You did a great job with that guy.
I appreciate it. I think I know the one that you're talking about. I had to walk off in
Yeah.
the end because he just kept going on and on with the excuses, and I was I can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
But
and I think maybe if people are a channel member, they'll be able to get to see it if they become one. So maybe that's yeah.
yeah, channel members get perks. So channel members get first view. Um, so if you're not a channel member, that should be out on uh, either this Friday or next Friday. Maybe next Friday, because I have videos like long form YouTube videos every Friday. And then the one after that, I didn't actually say this, but I was basically doing a Cube of Truth in Birmingham, and a vegan celebrity came to the Cube, and I was just like, hang on a minute, I know that guy. And he was on the Jubilee episode. I think he was also on a podcast with Earthling Ed, if anyone knows what I'm talking
Jack
about.
Oh,
Science.
Yes.
Jack Science, right?
And he brought his non-vegan friend. And I outreached him, and I have a video of that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I was just
oh, so
like,
he should be giving you a shout out then.
maybe, I don't know. He messaged me saying it was nice to meet you, and I hope we can work together soon. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. He's a nice guy. But yeah, you guys can find out what happened with his friend, because his friend was very much switched on. I think like psychology, philosophy, very like good with debating and things like that, but non-vegan. So that was a pretty strange experience. But yeah, you guys have that to look forward to.
That's
So
pretty cool.
yeah, should we get started? We have some requests. First up, we have Joshy. You have to be over 18, guys. This is TikTok rules. Joshy, are you over 18?
Yes, I am over 18. My sound like dick is.
I don't know why.
What year were you born?
2009 and not 2006. My bad.
Well,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a bit sus. Yeah, I
I
don't
get it.
think. I don't think that person. When you say, can you put the volume up over on YouTube? Do you mean the guest volume or me talking? Because they're separate. If you could let me know, that'd be cool. But yeah, so over 18, and yeah, guys, I'm here to have chats with honest conversations with honest people. So yeah, I'm genuinely interested to find out more about your morals, your ethics. Yeah, I'm not interested in talking to trolls or anything like that.
Volume seems to sound okay over on YouTube to me. So
Does it? Oh, I am a bit louder than the rest. Okay, I mean, I can turn it up a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Let's get the next one up. JJJ. Oh, they've gone. And Spurt. Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah.
Perfect. Unkspert. Am I right to call you Unkspert?
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. So what's your understanding of veganism, first of all?
Just that you don't consume animal products for, I guess, ethical reasons.
Yeah, I mean, it does go beyond that though. So, veganism is the ethical principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. So, it's not just about what we consume, but also what we wear. So, like, we wouldn't wear the skin of an animal, leather, wool, feathers, fur, that kind of thing. And we wouldn't exploit animals for entertainment, for testing. So, we avoid products that use them in that way or for any purpose, labour, however else we might use animals. So yeah, it's about avoiding all forms of animal exploitation. So do you think we should respect other animals?
I think we should respect animals, but I do not believe that animals would fall under I guess, the qualifications necessary to be exploitable in this way.
Okay, so when I use the word exploited, what I'm referring to is using them in a way that goes against their own interests. So do you not think that other animals have their own interests?
What do you mean by interest? That assumes a sort of subjectivity that I don't think, I think you're anthropomorphizing the
No,
behaviors, wants, and needs of animals.
no, not at all. We know that other animals have interests because we can look at their behaviors. They seek comfort and safety, they avoid harm and danger, they strive to be with their family members, they react negatively when their family are taken away, when they're in danger. So we know that they have interests. I mean, do you have like a cat or a dog in your home
Right,
or?
but you don't know that those are interests at the
Oh
level
yeah,
of
we do.
subjectivity of, say, well, hold on, because I'm drawing a distinction here. You're
Okay.
saying that they're interests. I would say that those things more closely align with something along the lines of like instinct.
No, because we can tell because different animals have different interests. So some animals like belly rubs, some animals don't like being around humans. They all have their own personalities, and that goes beyond instinct. And also, we know that they're
How does
sentient
a belly rub go beyond instinct? Explain that to me.
because some pigs don't like that. It depends what their personality is, and yeah, that's
And
it's,
either way, like we can safely assume that every sentient being has an interest to continue experiencing life because that's just the property of being sentient, as you do, as I
Okay,
do. And
but
why
sentient.
would we mess with their experience of life knowing that we don't need to?
Well, for one, I'm drawing an argument in that there's a qualitative distinction between man and animal that I think you guys are
Would
flattening
you do that to wait, would you do that
into
to
a
dogs?
quantitative one.
Would you do that to dogs?
Do what to dogs?
Like what we do to cows, chickens, and pigs?
Me personally, no. But
Would
like
you
at the
find it
level
in
of like,
Would
don't
you
know.
find it
At the level of
immoral?
society, some cultures do. Some cultures do. So
Would you
I'm
find it
not
immoral to
going
do
to.
so?
If it is part of like their cultural heritage, no, I don't think it's immoral.
Okay. So
I
just to be
agree with
clear,
Hegel. Basically, well, hold on. I agree
just
with.
to be clear,
I
like
agree with
you're
Hegel.
saying
I
that
agree
it
with
is
Hegel.
moral. It is moral because culture dictates it to be so, correct?
I am saying that broadly, my argument is resting upon the sympathies with Hegel, describing animals as incapable of living an ethical life, as to sever a qualitative distinction between man and animal.
Wait, why wouldn't an animal be able to live an ethical life? Because they're moral patients?
They're not capable of living an ethical life because they do not share the same subjective nature as man.
What makes you say this? What makes you say so? What are they lacking?
Based on all perceivable evidence, for example, that animals do not seem to have the self-awareness. I'll give you two examples, right? One is generally, animals do not have a history that is iterative like human beings do. Beavers build dams more or less the same ways that they always do. Same with bees and hives. Second of all, if you look at something like the
Yeah,
ability of language to develop.
none
Hold
of
on,
that
hold
is
on.
related because first of all, this comparison between humans and animals, I don't think it serves any purpose. I don't know where you're going with that because your choice every single day, whether it's for clothing, food, or anything else, isn't between a human and an animal. It's or any other animal. It's between exploiting an animal or not. So how about we stick to that?
Exploitation at the level of like political economy, which you're describing, the systems of exploitation,
What did I
can't
describe?
govern. They can't govern both man and animal, right?
What did I describe?
Exploitation. You described it exploitation at the level of political economy, like the
No, I said
systemic
exploit. I just
exploitation.
said I just said exploitation, and exploitation means unfair usage. Do you think it's fair to choose to force a sentient
What does
being
fair mean? What
to
does fair
your?
mean? You don't. First of all,
That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I,
Instead
Is
of
this
like,
guy
eh,
like, are you
I
here to have a
contend.
conversation or are you just
he's
here to
not.
argue,
No,
dude? Like, what's the
No, no, no.
point of
I'm saying
this?
that
I'm
like I
sorry.
don't think you
Like,
guys.
these are pretty obvious things, like rubbing a belly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in their interest, bro. Like that's what they want. That's not something that's just out of instinct. Like they want a belly rub, so we can deduce that they want to be loved, that they have their own interests. So what's this rhetoric about a beaver dam and history? Like the point is that we don't have to exploit animals. And if you don't know what exploit means, that means unnecessary use. Okay.
Okay, I know what exploit means. I'm a Marxist. I understand the exit. I
Okay,
understand
okay.
what
So
exploiting
so we're
is. You
not
don't need to explain it to me.
anthropomorphizing. I was literally at a slaughterhouse seeing animals suffer today inside the truck, uh, dehydrated, throwing up, sliding around in their feces. This is what we're talking about, dude.
Okay, well, I'll shorten my argument to the point which that you cannot get rid of animal consumption. Part of being human is actually in the consumption of animals.
But
And just
you'd
like you
agree
do
we
not
can. Sorry, go ahead.
judge a lion for consuming an elk, I do
Oh
not
my
judge
days.
man
Like,
for participating
yeah, lions are
in
in a
eating
different
meat.
situation to us. We don't need to, so we can go to the supermarket and we can choose not to participate in animal exploitation.
Okay, that is voluntaristic idealism.
What?
That's idealistic. That's an idealistic sentiment.
Wait. Can you not go to the supermarket and pick something else?
You're confusing an individual's choice with the
Can
choice.
you
No,
can you go to
Harsh.
the
I'm
supermarket and pick a different product
Yes,
other than
obviously you
the?
can. Yes, obviously you
yes,
can.
I'm
Yes,
Oh,
here
obviously you
okay.
can.
talking about your individual choice. It says, why aren't you vegan? So, can I go back to asking? So, do you think that other animals have their own interests, like we have interests, or
I
is
don't believe that. I don't believe that animals perceive reality in a subjective way as humans do. I don't think they're capable of
no,
doing
no,
so.
no. I'm not asking if they perceive it just as we do. I mean, I might perceive things differently to you, but they still perceive things and they still have their own subjective experience. That's what sentience is.
Do you think that a cow understands that it is different from a rock? Do you think it understands the concept
Can you repeat
of
back what Jen
reality?
just said to you? Because she just explained it.
First of all,
She also used as an example
hang on a minute.
the semantic differences between two people.
First of all, let's stop objectifying cows, right? You accuse me of anthropomorphizing them, but then you're calling them it. They're not an object. So, yeah. And secondly, I don't know what cows think, but we know that they're sentient.
Right. So you don't know that they're sentient because sentiency is very loosely defined, highly
No, we know they're
controversial.
sentient. We know for a fact
Yeah,
they're
we
sentient.
do.
We have
How
the
do you know they're
Declaration
sentient?
of
How do you know? How do you know?
Because we have the New
How do you
York.
know?
I'm telling you, we have the New York Declaration of Consciousness. We have the Cambridge Declaration
Which
of
is what?
Consciousness, which is two declarations written by Nobel laureates and scientific people in the field who have declared that cows are conscious. In fact, recently we discovered a cow
So you're appealing to
who
authority.
has multi. Let me finish. Recently, we've discovered a cow who has multi-tool use, which is something we've only observed in bonobo monkeys.
Okay,
So
so
no,
explain
this
why they have
isn't.
no
By the
history
way,
then.
It's not appealing to authority when the
It
authority
is.
is one who is an authority in that topic. Do you understand? Like
That's
if I ask
literally
a
that's
doctor,
that
no,
is
let me finish.
literally an
If I
appeal to
ask
authority.
sure. If I ask a doctor what is the right thing to do when it comes to a procedure to a medical procedure, I would trust a doctor more than you because he is an authority on that matter because that person studied it. So we know for
Well,
a
it's not
fact
just
that these
because he
animals
said,
are
hey,
sentient, and we know also for a
hold on.
fact that sentience is an emerging property of brains and central nervous systems. All these animals have brains and
It's an
central nervous
emergent
systems.
property of matter,
Therefore,
yeah.
they are sentient.
I disagree with that sentiment.
What
And
do you think
also,
sentience is? What is sentience to you?
I think sentience is actually poorly understood and ill-defined.
What is sentience? I didn't ask you how it's understood. I asked you what it is.
I would say sentience in the human form is having a
No.
subjective understanding of your own existence in reality, separate from other things.
So having a subjective experience of life. Now, wait, do you mean an understanding? So if I don't understand what is happening in my life, then then I'm not sentient. Is that what you're claiming?
No, if you don't understand yourself within the context of reality, for example, you understand that there's an objective distinction between a rock, a tree, an animal. You could predict certain
But if I don't
behaviors or certain
understand any
movements
of
within
that,
reality.
if I don't understand any of that, if I'm cognitively impaired severely to the level that I cannot understand that, then you would say I'm not sentient.
Well, you don't know that the cognitively disimpaired would not experience of it. That you don't know.
So yet again, if I don't experience any of that, and I would be severely cognitively impaired, would you say I'm not sentient anymore?
At the level of like someone who is like brain dead, then yeah, that would be in
I never said
contention.
brain dead. No, for example, somebody who's suffering from hydroencephaly, parts of they're born with parts of their brain missing. Their cognitive capabilities are less that of animals. Would you say that those individuals are not sentient and it's okay to do whatever we want with them?
I'm not saying it's okay to do whatever you want with them, but yeah, their sentiency may come into question during this very
So you don't
acute
know
and
what
minority of opinion.
you're confusing sapience with sentience.
It's not. You're
You don't
taking
know
a
what
tyranny of the
sentience
minority
is.
here.
No, you don't know
Okay,
what sentience
did I
is.
not just demonstrate that? Okay,
You're confusing it with sapience.
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
He's in the minority. He just cited you a paper that was based upon hundreds and hundreds of neuroscientific professionals. You're in the minority, my friend.
Dude, I literally do not care what the consensus of
You
expert opinion
literally
has to
don't
say.
care. You just told him he was in the minority, but you're in the minority.
No, I said that he is using an outlier.
It was
He's using an
pivotal.
outlier to.
It was
He's
pivotal
using
to. It was pivotal to the claim that you just made. Of course, you care.
He is not pivotal because it's an.
You just
an
said he's in the
outlier
minority. His is indexed
no,
to
I
scientific
didn't. No, I
consensus.
didn't. No, I
Yours
didn't.
isn't. So you don't even know what
No,
you said.
no, I
But
did not.
Just out
I
of
said
interest.
he is, bro.
Just out of interest, you said that animals.
Hold on. You said
are
something
you saying?
incorrect. You
Just
said something
relax,
incorrect.
please.
I didn't say that he was.
Are you saying that animals are not sentient, or are you saying they don't have the cognitive faculties that a human being has? What claim are you making here? Just for specificity.
I think it's debatable whether any animal is sentient, and I say it is objectively true that they do not have the same capacity as mankind. Mankind.
Okay, so when you say
intelligence within mankind
just
out of qualitative different, not a quantitative one.
Hold on a second. When you say it's
You
objectively
interrupted
true,
me as I was answering. So what do you
just out of
say?
interest, when you say objectively true, what do you mean objectively true?
Yeah, that we can measure these things. For example, there is no
Okay, so how do we
history within
measure?
animals.
Just out of interest, what do you
What
mean?
is okay?
Just out of
The
interest, can you control
What
yourself?
is
Jim, I really can't speak to
history?
this guy. I feel
Yeah,
attacked every
look,
2 seconds.
shall we move on, because I don't think this guy is here in
Yeah.
good faith.
He's not worth it.
No, he's
Also,
making the most
Just
confused
well, because
claims. He doesn't even know what sentience is. I mean,
Well,
sentience can be
and
cashed
then
out a variety of different ways, but what Chip's appealing to is a kind of physicalist construal of sentience. And I mean, it's the most abductively virtuous construal of mind. In fact, it's the most philosophically popular view in philosophy of mind, and it's underpinned by a variety of data. We know that altering certain neurophysiological mechanisms alters consciousness. So there's a kind of view I won't bloviate on this for too long, but there's a kind of view on mind that's supervenian. X supervenes on Y if and only if altering Y alters X. So altering physical states alters conscious states. So therefore, consciousness, if nothing else, supervenes on physical states. So yeah, Chip is highly warranted in the inference that he's making regarding mind, but it's universally there's not a single academic philosopher that doesn't agree animals are sentient, and there's not a single person in the domain of neuroscience in any context, whether it's like a neurologist, a medical professional, or somebody that just studies brains academically that agrees with him. So he's very much in the minority.
yeah, also,
yeah,
oh, sorry, I was just going to say that, so his claim wasn't that they're not sentient, it was that it's debatable whether they're sentient or not, yet his actions, he's making actions as if they're not sentient. So even if you weren't sure, then why would you not just err on the side of caution? Like, why are you making decisions that that basically affect them if they are sentient, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the guy's philosophically illiterate, but it's a nothing critique just to say that something's debatable. Literally every proposition in the world's up for debate, so that's not really saying anything.
Yeah.
Well, I found it interesting when you asked him how he determines if they're sentient or not, and he was going into his own like ways he determines it, but yet he doesn't believe in scientific consensus. So we're supposed to believe his own realm of whatever it is that he comes up with. Like,
Well,
come
the
on.
funny thing is, his claim was it's subjectively true that they're not as intelligent as us. But the problem with that is intelligence is mind dependent, it's ontologically subjective. So just to say that it's subjectively true that I'm more or less intelligent than you is literally just a logical contradiction.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get the next person. Kunili. Hey, Kuneli, are you over 18? I can't hear you. I can just hear funny noises. Okay. Teddy. Hey, Teddy, are you over 18?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
2003. 13th of June.
Okay. So first of all, what's your understanding of veganism?
When you don't eat any animal products.
So that would be a consequence of being vegan. So why do you think a vegan might do that? Might avoid eating any animal products?
Because they feel bad for the animals.
Okay. Well, veganism is an ethical principle that we should live without exploiting other animals. So it's not just about what we eat. We don't exploit animals for anything that we can avoid. So we don't use them for their skin, for entertainment, labor, testing, those kind of things. So do you think that we should respect other animals?
Well, I believe that we don't. I believe we should, but if people want to eat meat, they should do it in an ethical way.
Wait, so you think
And
that
not
we should
torture.
respect other animals?
I believe we should, but if we want
Okay.
to kill them for meat, we should do it in an ethical way.
Okay, so do you think that we can unalive an animal in an ethical way when we don't need to?
Yes.
Okay, and how would that be?
Injections.
Okay.
For example, yeah, go on.
So if you were injected in your sleep tonight, or would that be an ethical act towards you?
I mean, I wouldn't like it, but like, I wouldn't like to be stabbed.
No,
Like,
I'm asking if it would be
injected.
ethical for somebody to come into your house and inject you.
Well, are they gonna eat me?
Maybe, yeah. Let's say they are.
Well, fair enough, but you know,
Would that be ethical?
I wouldn't say so. But there's a difference between humans and animals.
Okay. So why would it not be ethical or respectful for somebody to do that to you, but it is to another animal?
Because it's just part of the food chain, whereas humans aren't really meant to eat humans because that's cannibalism.
So, I mean, if they were going to consume you, that would be part of their food chain, right? You would
No.
be underneath them on the food chain. Yeah. Because they would
Well,
be
if we're killing
obtaining
them this-
nutrients and calories from you.
Okay. Could I ask you a question?
Yeah, once you've answered mine, so I'm trying to determine why it wouldn't be respectful or ethical for somebody to do that to you, but it is to other animals.
Because I'm a human.
So that's just a category.
But
What about let me rephrase the question then. So what is it about humans that means that it would be disrespectful and it wouldn't be ethical to inject them, but it would be to do that to other animals?
I mean, I'm not saying it would be. I'm saying it would be the most ethical way.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So we can talk about the most ethical way to grape somebody, right? But the thing is, we can choose not to grape them because grape itself is unethical. It's like taking somebody's life itself is an unethical act. So we don't need to find the best way to do. We don't need to find the best way to do it because we don't need to do it at all.
Okay. Well then, I could just stab it then.
Stab what?
An animal. Then,
Oh,
like if you don't like care, then I mean I'm just saying I think.
or
we
you
should
could
do
just
it
leave them
individually.
alone. What are you talking about?
So if someone wants to eat meat, right, just let
Yeah.
them do it. Is what I mean, all right? But if you don't want to eat meat or animal products, that's fair enough. Okay, that's your decision.
Yeah, but
I'm
what about
saying
what the
is-
animals want, Teddy? What about what they want? Should we consider that?
Well, the thing is, victims of crime don't want it, but they still have to deal with it. So
Yeah, they
for
don't want
example,
it. So should we not consider what the victim wants?
not if I want to eat them, no.
Okay, so then you're justifying cannibalism.
Okay,
Because
maybe.
because if somebody wants to consume somebody else, then
I mean,
Why-
is a
why should they
psychotic
consider the
killer gonna
victim?
really care about the victim's decision?
Wait, Teddy, so if somebody wants to unalive your whole family because they want to consume them, you'd be cool with it? You'd just be like, yeah, go ahead.
No, I wouldn't be cool with it. I'm just
Exactly.
saying-
So it's not cool, is it?
I didn't
Just
say
because-
that. First of all, I didn't say that.
Okay, so just because you want to consume someone doesn't make it okay just to unalive them, right?
No, it doesn't.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying,
Thank you.
no, but what I'm saying is, no, I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth, right? Second,
what are you saying then?
Actually,
Because you're saying, what are you saying then? Because you're saying if people want to consume someone else, then you should let them.
what I'm saying is like, for example, a psychotic killer, right?
I'm not talking about a psychotic killer. I'm talking about you,
Because
Teddy.
they're not going to take into account the victim's decision, right?
Do you
Yeah,
know what the
and
Izod
should they?
fallacy is? Yeah, Teddy,
Alright,
because
so you lot on the side, I'm actually talking to this girl, right?
do you know what
well,
the Izod fallacy is? Because that's
Yeah.
what I'm committing right
I'm
now.
asking
I'm
you a
trying to help
question
you
now.
out.
You're asking
I'm trying
me
to help you
no,
out.
I'm asking.
No, please
Yeah, like,
answer the question.
Shipmate, you can just stay on the side, right? Like a good.
No, answer the question, or we'll just move on.
Does Teddy have a dog? I'm curious. Do you have a dog, Teddy?
Yeah, I do have a dog. What are you gonna say to that? What are you gonna say to that?
Why are you so hostile to me? I just asked you a question.
No, what are you
Yeah.
gonna say to that?
So just to be clear, what I was trying to explain to you is the Izot fallacy is the fallacy that you're committing when you're essentially confusing what ought to be with what is. What Jem was asking you, because you keep bringing up what the psychotic killer would do, and nobody's denying that that's what they would do. The question is that what they should do? That's the question at hand.
No,
Do you
but
understand the difference
that's a
between
completely
what they
different thing
would
to
do and
animals.
what they should do? Right? Like the question remains when it comes to you being a victim,
I just
you're an
answered you
animal
the
too, because
question.
you're a human being. Should somebody choose to not care what you want and just go ahead and maybe unalive you because they get some form of benefit from it?
Lads, listen, lads, right? I just answered the question. I said no.
This guy's a kid,
Okay.
by the way, I'm certain.
This guy sounds like a
Well,
child. Should we move on?
I'm not a kid, mate.
yeah,
Alright,
You
he's
sound like
no.
one. You sound like one. The way that you're talking, you're either undeveloped or you're a child.
Yeah, he sounds adolescently acrimonious. The way that he was interactive with Chip just now just seems indicative
Yeah.
of a child.
That's what I thought. Hey Blob, are you over 18?
But I really hate niggas like you. I really hate them.
Okay, Julia Owen. Hey Julia, are you over 18? Hiya.
Yeah, I'm over 18. Hiya. You alright?
Yeah, what year were you born?
1984.
Okay. So what's your understanding of veganism?
Well, to be completely honest, my son's a vegan and I just find it, I don't know, sort of, in my brain it doesn't really work as I feel you need the proteins and the fibres that the meat gives you.
Okay, so you
Meat
don't
gives
think
you-
we... Yeah, you
meat
don't
gives
think we
loads
can
of
get...
fiber, that makes sense.
Pardon?
Yeah, meat gives you loads of fiber, yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure
Okay,
this is
sorry,
somebody
maybe
putting
not.
on a voice. Yeah, it sounds
Me?
like... Yeah,
Yeah, who else?
Stole their
Look,
mum's
everyone
account.
that's come on here, you say, is under
Did
18.
you steal your mum's account?
Mate, I'm gonna bum your mum. The lot of you,
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
bum your
kill all
mum?
your
You're
animals.
gonna
Yeah, I'm
bum my
gonna
mum?
Oh my god.
My God.
Kids have fucking shit senses of humour. Like, it's not even funny. Lily... Hey Lily, are you over 18?
No, I'm 17, but I have some questions. Can I ask?
You can ask them in the chat. I'm sorry, it's just TikTok's rules. Sheriff. Hey Sheriff, are you over 18?
Yeah, I am.
Perfect. So what's your understanding of veganism?
I understand that veganism means like people that eat plants and hate killing animals. That's what I know.
So it's a ethical principle against the exploitation of other animals. So it's not about what we eat. It's about the exploitation of animals in any area. So we wouldn't exploit them for their skin, for feathers, for entertainment, for testing, anything that we can avoid. So not just about what we consume, and by exploit I mean use them in a way that goes against their interest. So do you think that we should respect other animals?
Well, can I ask you a question first? Are you religious?
When you answer my question, I'm happy to answer. Do you think we should respect other animals?
Well, animals don't have feelings, so from
What's
the
the
way that
evidence
I
for
see
that?
the animals.
Whoa, what's the evidence for that?
Also, that's not a response to the question that she just asked you.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, my response. As I was saying, animals don't have feelings, so I don't really think. I think it's okay.
Well, Sheriff, you've just made the most absurd claim. What is the evidence for that? Animals don't have
How do you-
feelings.
Sheriff,
What do you even
quantify-
mean by
Let me tell
that?
you why. Let me tell you why. Wait. Let me
Yeah,
tell
how
you
do you
why.
quantify the term feelings, just out of interest?
let me tell you what. Well, first of all, God created like human beings as.
Okay, so he's just not here for a good faith conversation at all.
Well, let me
Yeah, this
continue,
has
bro. Let me
this has
continue.
nothing to do with the question that I asked. What do you mean by feelings? Do you think other animals have the ability to feel joy, fear, suffer,
No,
feel love, happiness? You don't?
no, they
Okay,
don't
what's
have
the
the
argument
feeling.
for that?
Wait, have you not had a pet at home, Sheriff?
Now let's just hear the
No,
argument for this claim. This
never
should be
happened.
fun.
Well, listen, I never.
But Sheriff, have you never heard the fact that dogs dream that they're scared of thunder, of fireworks? Have you never heard of
Actually,
that?
no, I never heard of that.
Have you never seen an animal feel fear? Really? Like there's a lot of them that have you not walked down the
Well,
street and
there are
seen an
some.
animal
Listen,
run
listen,
away of fear?
listen. There are some animals that. Well, fear is something that it's like
It's a
in them.
feeling,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
So
but
they have feelings.
what I'm talking about is they.
Then you just completely contradicted yourself.
Yeah, so if animals do not feel fear, then how did they survive through evolution? How did they, because they run away from danger. So because they're afraid, this is the reason that they exist today. Because if they didn't experience fear, they would have all died out.
No, I might be wrong on that one. Well, thanks for telling me. Actually, I
Well,
actually appreciate it
you
a
are
lot.
wrong
Well,
because
can I just say like my point
we
of
know
view?
for a
Like,
fact that animals have feelings.
well, can I say what my point of view? Like
Your point of
Sheriff,
view
what
is
I'm gonna say,
your
Sheriff, if you just follow what Jem's saying, I'm telling you right now, you're just gonna go through a logical train with her, and then you can figure out what you want to do. But maybe answer her questions first, and that's having genuine discourse, okay? And then you can see
yeah.
where you don't like align. You know, does that make
Yeah, I
sense?
mean, I don't.
I'm just here to like ask some questions just to like check if I'm right on like these things or not.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's where we
mean,
can help educate you. Jem can.
My question is right now, why if animals are not used for eating or like killing to eat, then why were they created?
why were you created,
Ju-
Sheriff? and
I
and
was
What's the
why?
created
argument
to
they were?
listen. Let me tell you why. I was
What's the
created to
argument they
serve
were
God.
created?
I was created to serve God.
Yeah, but
What?
like even if you believe in a god, you know that God made animals first, right?
Yeah,
Like
Can I
that's what it
actually
says in the
yeah.
Bible. So it
God
has
made
nothing to.
animals. Listen,
can
God
I
made
actually
animals.
just can I
So
actually just ask him a question really quickly? You know how you just said that you were here to serve God.
yes,
See if God wanted you to violently essay children, would you do it?
of course not.
Then you're not here to serve God. You've just completely contradicted yourself.
Well, first of all, God would never ask me to do
Well,
such a
God said, "Be
thing.
kind to animals," right? And how are you being kind to them by sending them to slaughterhouses to burn
Well,
alive?
listen, be kind to yeah, sure, be
Yeah,
kind to animals.
yeah.
Be
Why
let me
would he say
continue.
be kind to
Let me
animals?
answer. Let me answer. Be kind to animals. That
Why?
doesn't mean that you shouldn't. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't use them for food. Well, in my religion,
What do you think happens? What's your religion?
Islam.
Islam. Okay. So, are you aware that there's workers that suffer from trauma from taking lives all day?
Well, I've actually never heard of that, but
Yeah.
it
So
might be
that
true.
so if that's the case, why would you put your own brothers and sisters into these places to take lives all day? The trauma
Well, let
that
me
that
tell.
causes.
Well, in my religion, let me continue. In my religion,
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys.
talking about your religion.
Well,
He doesn't even service his
my brothers
religion.
and sisters, listen. My brothers and sisters in Islam, we don't really slaughter animals
Yeah,
just
you
like
do.
how like in other let me continue. Just like how in other
What?
religions, our God. Listen.
Are
Oh
you
wow.
here to
I
sheriff?
understand.
Sheriff, I
Yeah.
thought you're here to ask questions,
Yeah,
and
I am here to ask
you were
questions. And
told one thing, and that's the thing about this whole experiment, and for everyone listening, it's the same thing. When Jem asks you these questions, it's because you never thought about them. It's pretty clear right now that you never thought about them. You didn't even know if that animals have feelings. So instead of going down this train of religion, which none of us are interested in, so please keep it to yourself. How about you just let Jim ask you some questions, get down that train, and then we can talk about something else,
all right,
okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can
Excellent.
ask.
Yeah, let's do that. So let's go back to the start. So do you think that we should respect other animals now that you know that they have feelings?
Yes,
Because if they
we
didn't
should.
have, okay, do you think that it's possible to really respect them if we're exploiting them? And by exploiting them, I mean using them against their interests.
What kind of like? Actually, I've never thought of that.
Well, what do you think? Let's say if you were being exploited for your body, would that be respectful towards you? They don't have to do that, but they
Of course
get
not, but there's a
benefit from
difference
it.
between animals and
Okay.
humans. There's a
Okay.
big
So
difference between
what's
animals and
okay?
humans.
Yeah. So what is the morally relevant difference between you and other animals that justifies the difference in
I have a,
view? So what is it? What is it about you which means it wouldn't be respectful to exploit you, but
well,
it is to exploit
well,
them?
problem is it's connected. It's connected to religion, but you guys said no religion. So, well, let me tell you. Well, because the human being has a brain, has a mind, has a way of thinking that is
Wait.
different. That is superior
No. No.
to
No. No. No.
an animal.
That's superior. Okay. So let
Animals
me.
do have sure.
So
You could.
so so if I said right, if I used your exact justification and I said, well, I don't know. Where are you from, Sheriff?
I'm from Egypt.
Okay, so let's say if I said, you know what, people from England are superior to people from Egypt, and in my religion it says that we can exploit people from Egypt. Would that be good enough to justify me exploiting you? Because this is your justification that you're using to exploit other animals right now.
Well, of course not. Of course, I would not like that.
No. Okay. So your own justification wouldn't be good enough if you were in the position of the victims, right? So why is it good enough for you to use if it wouldn't be good enough for me to use? Your logic is changing depending on whether you're on the side of the victim or the oppressor. It's not consistent. Do you understand that?
Well, if England did, if hypothet, oh my, I'm not that good at English. I'm sorry.
You okay?
If if England actually said that, they have their own, they have their mind. They can make up their minds, right? Because they're humans.
Mm-hmm.
They can think it through. If they did get to the solution that Egyptian, if that they could like exploit other human beings, that then oh God, I do not know how to explain this. I'm really sorry. So,
Well, you've
But
already
maybe I
said
can
that it
come
wouldn't be
back
good
to
enough for you.
yeah, and maybe I can ask you a bit of a question, Sheriff. Like, what do you think? All of these qualities that you named about humans, right? Intelligence and all that. How does that change the way we respect the individual? And namely, how does that change the fact that if you choose to exploit them, that means treat them like a resource, treat them like an object, unalive them even though there's no need for it, take away their babies even though there's no need for it, put them in gas chambers, all this kind of stuff that we do to animals. So, how does that make it respectful because they are not intelligent?
well, first of all, we use them for a reason. We use them as a food resource.
Yeah, an optional food resource. But how does that change since there is no, again, no necessity for it? How does you choosing to do
No,
all
there's a
that
lot
to
of rich.
them,
There's a lot of rich in animal food. Like there's a lot of protein. There's a lot of things that the human
which you
body
can
needs.
get
And
from plants?
I know you can get from plants, but there's more in in
No.
animals.
No, there isn't. You can
Well,
get
there's
everything you want
uh,
from plants. So the question remains,
yeah.
yet again, yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say, what if there was more in human flesh? If there was more in yours, in your flesh, would we be then justified to exploit you for that?
We all know eating each other cannibalism. We all know cannibalism is bad. We all know that.
Okay. Yeah, so why is it not
But
bad
Do you
eating,
know
to
why it's bad?
exploit other animals?
well, I know it's bad because it's like banned in every religion. If I'm right,
Well, if it weren't banned in a religion, would you still see it as bad?
if my religion said that, then I wouldn't see it as bad. But my
So
religion doesn't say that kids.
if your religion allowed for cannibalism, you would be okay with kidnapping people off the street and unaliving them so that you can eat their flesh?
If my religion said that, I will do as my religion said. If
No, your
it's
religion
necessary.
does not. So it would not enforce that. It would say it's allowed to do so. So if your religion allows you
If it's
to
if it's
kidnap,
allowed to, if it's allowed to, I would know the right thing because I have a human mind. I have I have my
so
own mind. I
what
have my
would be
own
the right
thoughts.
thing?
If it, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, of course. But
Okay, so
eating animals is way different.
you don't
It's
siphon
way
your
different than
ethics.
eating.
So you don't siphon your ethics from your religion then.
What you say?
So you don't siphon your ethical thesis from your religion then, because if your religion said something that you think is wrong, you wouldn't do it.
If my religion said something that it's wrong, I won't do it.
Yeah, so if your religion said something that didn't concord with your values, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Then that's
Exactly.
called
So you don't-
tokenizing your religion. Like you're tokenizing your own holy book to
Yeah, I'm
pick and
tokenizing
choose
my
what
own
you
religion
want out
because
of it.
because
You're picking
God.
and wait,
because,
wait. Sure,
All right,
sure.
continue. I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry.
Yeah. So you are picking and choosing what you want out of your religion. Like Existential said, like you're choosing this. Oh, I'll choose this. Okay, I'll do this. I won't do this. And you're literally going against your religion and it's almost like a blasphemy type of thing because you're not being concurrent with your religion either way.
But I am being concurred with my religion. What do you mean?
Because you're picking and choosing what you would do out of it. And there's certain things in your religion that you would never do because you are able to do it, you still wouldn't do it, right? Right now in your religion, it's not mandatory to put animals through exploitation, but you're still doing it.
Yeah, basically, your religion
Sorry, I
has
jumped in
nothing
there.
to do with your morals and ethics because you determine your morals and ethics, not your religion.
Well, actually, no. Religion, God created me to this earth, so I should follow Him, right?
Right.
I should always follow God in every way. He told me to do that, I do that. He told me not to do that, I don't do that.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
God tells you, if you observe God essaying little kids, you would get involved as well, right?
Kill what? Repeat
Yeah,
that.
so if God was like essaying little kids, you would get involved as well because your actions are guided by God, right?
Astaghfirullah. First of all, God would never do that.
Yeah, so the question was if God did that, it's a conditional question. If it was the case, would this be the case? So if God was doing that, would you get involved or no?
I cannot answer that question because it's obvious.
Of course you can answer the question. You can say
I
yes
cannot
or
answer
no.
that because God would never do such a thing.
Okay, so if God did that, because let's just say this, I would never be able to defy gravity. I can't fly. It'll never happen. But if I
Yeah.
asked you, hey, if I could fly, do you think that I could get to New York quicker than walking? Of course, you could answer the question, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. But I would never be able to fly. So just because something isn't the case doesn't mean you can't engage in abstract thought experiments about it. So, like, if you did see God do that, God was engaging in that action, would you get involved? Because you said that your actions were guided by God. So if God was doing X, you would do X, right?
Bro, it's taken a long time for you to answer that question.
And
Oh
by
my
the way,
days.
Sheriff,
Silence here speaks volumes.
yeah, we're not trying to put you against your own religion. We're just trying to show you that at the end of the day, you do follow your own moral compass. And instead of trying to come up with excuses for the fact that it's
Well,
okay
my
to
own moral
unalive and
well,
treat animals like objects, How about you just be genuine and say, hey, I don't think it's nice what we do to animals because it isn't.
Well,
Have you ever seen,
let
for
me tell you
example,
something
slaughter
about my
footage?
let me
Have
tell
you
you
ever
something
seen
about my religion. My
But I'm
religion
not
says
interested
that
in
we
I
that.
should
don't
treat
think
animals.
I don't think
We
Sheriff
should
is
treat animals
interested
in
in
a.
having a two-way conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think he
Yeah,
listened
Chip
to
was
what you
just.
just said, Chip.
Yeah, I think he was like you didn't listen to what Chip had to say, Sheriff. Like
I did. I did.
at the end of the day, there's vegan Muslims, right?
Yeah. Actually, I've never seen a vegan Muslim,
Yeah,
but I
there's
think there
there's a
is.
ton of them. There's a Facebook groups, there's Instagram groups of vegan Muslims. I know vegan Muslims.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can choose to be nice to animals, and you could
Well,
also
my
make the
religion.
case. You could also make the
We
case
are
that
nice to animals. We are.
anything that is said in your religion was put in a context, and in that context, people maybe needed to consume animal products, but in today's world, we don't. So I don't think any form of a compassionate individual would say yes. Please unalive all these animals for strictly some form of a trivial pleasure like taste. I don't think anybody who is rational, as you claim humans are, and as you claim you are, I don't think any rational being would say, yes, unalive these individuals who feel pain, who don't want to be unalived, who cry when we send them to slaughter. Do you really think that somebody who has compassion would say, yes, do that for something you don't need?
That's where my religion comes in. My religion
Oh,
taught
God.
us.
No, we're never gonna get anywhere with this person. He's completely indoctrinated.
Okay,
Is I
at
don't
least
think
let me
it's
tell you this last
tracking.
point. If you wanna, at least let me tell you this last point. Well, my religion taught us that we should treat animals in a good way. We should treat them that we don't want to hurt them, right? So
Okay.
they
Can we
God taught
pause
us.
there?
Wait,
Can we pause there? So
God,
is exploiting them treating them in a good way? And
of
exploiting
course not.
them,
Of
of course
course
not.
not.
Okay, so
Of course not.
then so
Exploiting them is a.
so
Right,
then
continue.
why
I'm
do
sorry.
you do it?
I'm not the one who does it. It's other people. It's other religions. It's not
You're
me.
paying other people to exploit animals on your behalf. Exploit them means treating them in a way that goes against their interest. Do you think it's in their interest to be exploited for their skin, for their flesh, eggs, breast milk, for entertainment, for any other purpose? Is that in their interests?
I don't even think that they have their own interests.
Well, they do have interests. This is why
How would you know? Have you ever spoken to an animal?
you don't need to speak to somebody to know that they've got interests. Human babies have interests because they
Because
cry
they're
when they're
humans. Big
hungry.
difference.
Yeah, but they don't talk to us. The point that I'm making is that they don't need to verbally say to us, I have my own interests, in order to understand that they have interests. Other animals
Look,
try and escape
well,
danger, they
listen.
seek safety and
If
comfort.
you're saying that,
Is that not indicative of them having interests? The fact that they seek safety and comfort, they avoid danger, they avoid harm, they try and escape from predators, they seek spending time with the ones that they love, their family members. Is that not indicative that they have their own interests?
if they have their own interests,
Is that
then they have an interest
Is
to.
that not indicative that they have their own interests? It's a simple yes or no question.
Well, I guess yeah, they have their
There
own
you go then.
interests.
So they have their own interests. So if you are using them in a way that goes against their interests, they're being exploited, right? Yeah.
They are
So
being treated in a bad way. Yes.
yeah, so why do you pay for that? Why are you supporting that when you can choose not to?
We pay. Listen, I personally pay for if an animal.
For animals
If
to be
I like.
exploited, which we've already
If I
said
if
is
no no
bad.
if animals get if I pay for animals to get slaughtered in a way that they don't feel pain, there is a
Right,
way
and
that is
that's in their
scientifically.
interests. And
Wait one
that's in
second.
their interests,
Sci-
Sheriff. Because we're
Yes,
talking.
they're created. They're
Wait.
created to be.
You think
Listen,
it's
they're
in their
created
interest to
by
be
God to be.
slaughtered?
Yes, because they were created by God to be human food.
Yeah, says you. Well, what if I say, you know what? You said you're from Egypt. People from Egypt, my
Yeah.
God said that they're created to be my slaves. Would that be justified?
Of course not, because God
Okay,
never
well,
said
that's
that.
what you're doing. My God did say that. You're saying, my God said that these individuals are here for me. They're here to be my food. But it wouldn't be acceptable if somebody said that about a group that you were part of. You're doing that to other animals. If I say, my God, my God said that people from Egypt are here to be my slaves, that's what you're doing to them, to other animals.
Let me tell you, because there's a big difference between humans and animals.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
is that
It doesn't matter,
There-
Sheriff, because I could think that there's a big difference between English people and people from Egypt, right? The same thing
they're
that
both
you're
human.
doing to
They're
other
both
animals.
Scientifically human.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah, and we're all scientifically animals. You see what you're doing? It's a
But we're
category error.
superior animals.
Yeah, we're superior English
Superior.
people. This
So
is
do you
what you're
think might
doing.
makes right? Do you think might makes right, Sheriff? You think if someone's stronger than another person, that they should be able to do whatever the heck they want to another person?
Of course not.
Do you think you can live in a kinder world when you are being violent to other people?
Of course, I don't want to live in this in
Okay,
the world
all
with
right.
that.
So do you think the act of enacting violence on an animal, do you think that affects people?
Why would I care if it affects other people?
So you don't care about humans then?
I don't care
Didn't your
about the
religion
people.
say to care about humans? So you don't care about humans or non-humans?
Or what?
Or non-humans? Just a category at
I
the
never
end.
said all humans. I never said all
Just
humans.
some, right? Just some, then?
Just some, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm done.
Yeah, I think we should move
All
on
right.
because, Sheriff,
All
I've
right.
I've
Thank you.
demonstrated how I've used your logic to justify me exploiting you. Yet that wouldn't be good enough for you, but you're using the same logic to exploit
Because we're
other
humans.
animals. Yeah,
Because we are
it doesn't
humans.
matter. You're using a category. Again, I'll say it one more time, right? So I could say, but we're English. If you say to me, so you could extend, right? You've got this human category. You could
Listen.
extend that to other animals, right?
You say English
Because we're all
you're saying
animals.
hypothetically English people are superior than
He's not
for
tracking
example
any of
Egyptians.
this, by the way.
No, I
Why?
don't think he is.
Why? Of course there's a reason. Of course there's a reason why they're superior, but what is the reason?
This is the problem.
Because
with
I
religious
say so.
indoctrination. You can't even
Yeah.
think logically.
Because I say so.
Because you say so.
Yes.
But listen, scientifically
Her religion
humans
says
are
so.
superior to
Yeah.
animals because they're smart. They're listen, because
Wait,
they
why
have,
would
they have
no? So wait a minute. Did you know that there's one thing
Science doesn't
that about
adjudicate on
humans
that,
and
by the way.
animals? So for example, when it comes to drinking alcohol, a human will drink alcohol once, have a really bad time, a headache, all that. It will be destructive for them, and then they'll go ahead and repeat that action. Whereas a monkey will not do that. In fact, we have seen that time and time again that animals a lot of the time learn what is good or bad better than humans. So if you claiming that the human is superior because of their intellect, that's a little bit weird because we also have humans who are just as intellectually capable as other animals. And then would you say that those humans are inferior because they're just as intellectually capable as other animals?
but they still have a mind. They still they
So
still
do
have
animals. Animals have a mind also. Just
animals
because you
have a
don't want
brain.
to believe
Animals
that
have a brain.
they have a
Natural
mind
brain.
also.
No,
Have you
not
ever
a
seen
mind, a
have
brain.
you ever seen a dog dream? Dreaming is an indication of minds.
I'm just wondering, what's the distinction between the brain and the mind as well? I just take it that one reduces to the other.
No, there's a big difference between a brain and a mind. A
Okay,
brain
what's the
is
difference?
the thing. Listen, a brain is
I am
is
listening. You don't
is
tell
the
me. You don't
physical
need to tell me
thing.
to listen. I am listening. But anyway, what's the difference between the brain and the mind?
The brain is the physical thing, the thing that you
Yeah, of
see.
course, of course.
Okay,
But what is
a
the mind?
mind, a mind is
if-
inside the
if-
brain. It's a what's it called?
Okay, so a mind is inside the brain. What part of the brain is the mind?
Can I
Is it
continue?
in the
Can I continue?
amygdala?
The mind.
Is it
The
in
mind.
the neocortex? What part of the brain is it in?
Can I continue?
Okay, so you said you can continue when you respond to my question. The question was, you said that the mind was in the brain. Where is it located in the brain?
You didn't let me continue, so you didn't get the full meaning that I meant.
I'm letting you respond to my question. question and nothing else. You purported
Because
that the
I
mind
never
was distinct.
listen. I never
You
meant.
purported,
Listen,
you purported that the mind was within the brain. You said that there was a distinction between the mind and the brain. I asked, what's the distinction? You said that the brain is physical matter, the mind is in the brain. Now I'm asking you a follow-up question. Where in the brain is the mind? Can you even name any portions of the brain? Do you know anything about neuroscience?
as I told you, let me talk. First of
Okay,
all,
I think you can kick this guy off. He's just a waste
God.
of time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, let me
agree.
continue at least.
Right, we've got Yesin. Hey Yesin, are you over 18?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your understanding of veganism first of all?
So I think it's just like where people they don't eat the animals because they think it's like disgusting to like compare like dogs and other pets to like animals that we eat, and they don't appreciate that.
I think he's a child. How old are
Yeah,
you,
what
Yasin?
what year were you born?
18. 18. I was born in 2001.
Okay, that wouldn't make you 18.
Like,
I'm 18.
I was born in
It's the year
2001.
2006, man. Yeah, it's the year 2026, my man. That doesn't make you 18.
Hey Teddy, are you over 18?
I fucking love me. I fucking love me. Fuck the vegans. Fuck the vegans. I love me. I
Ha ha ha. So funny. Alex. I find it so embarrassing when people do that. I don't know why. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. It just makes me embarrassed. Hey Alex, are you over 18?
It's tasty.
Okay. I'll take that as a no. Von. Hey Von, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 22, about to be 23.
Perfect. What's your understanding of veganism?
My understanding is that you guys don't eat them because you're afraid of hurting their feelings. As far as I can tell. Also, before we begin, I would just ask,
No.
like, do you guys mind showing?
Can I ask him a question really quickly? Just out of fun in the comments, he
Can
said
I,
you guys. Just out of
Yeah,
interest,
go
for
ahead.
fun. Oh, never mind. Just for fun in the chat, you said you guys can't do math. How can we not do
Yeah.
math?
You said that if you were born in 2001, you're not 18. He's over 18 if you're born in 2001. What's 1 minus 26?
Yeah, but if you're born in the year
It's 25.
2001, if you're born in the year 2001, are you 18 years old?
No, he's over 18.
Okay, so if you're born in the year 2001, you're not 18 years old, correct?
No, you're over 18. And that's the whole thing.
he
Exactly.
You have
said
to
he
be
was
over 18.
18, Vaughn. Like, what?
Okay. My bad, you got me there. Regardless, I just wanted, before we start, you guys interrupted Sharif every 2 seconds. Just please don't do that to me. If I want to actually have a conversation.
Well,
And
if
you
you,
can read
it
your own comments
depends.
as well. See, there you go,
Yeah.
interrupting like
No,
I'm
yeah,
like I'm
Von,
giving you an example. Interrupting
I'm
again.
telling you, I'm
Just read
going
your own
to I'm
comments.
going to
We're not
interrupt
interested
you
in
if you're
hearing the
not
complaint.
answering a
It's
direct
conversation.
question. If you're not responding to a question that we ask, then obviously I'm going to interrupt you because then you're going to go on a tangent about something that might not even be relevant. So it's very important in conversations that interruption happens at times. So no, and if you're not
Okay.
happy with that, then we'll move on.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and begin. But if I'm
Okay.
trying to get to answer it, just please don't interrupt if I'm actively answering. That's all I'm asking.
No, I mean if you're answering the question, then that's fine. It's just if it's going off topic, then it's important that I interrupt. So
Yeah, as long as we stay on topic, I understand.
Okay. So veganism. So it's the ethical principle that we should live without exploiting other animals. So it's not just about what we eat. We don't exploit them for any purpose. So not for food, entertainment, clothing, labor. And when I say exploit them, I mean using them in a way that goes against their interests. So do you think that we should respect other animals?
Yeah, I think we should respect other animals, absolutely.
Okay.
Can I
And do you
follow up
think
by that?
well, I'll have a follow-up question to that, which is, do you think that we can truly respect them if we're exploiting them at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So my follow-up question to that would be, if you were being exploited for your body, would that be respectful towards you?
Oh no, but
Okay.
can I answer
So
like
why?
why?
Yeah.
these are
So why is it different for other animals?
so first off, for other animals, right? Let me
Hmm.
ask. For instance, are you gonna tell a wolf not to eat a lamb?
That's
I'm
just a
not talking to a
question.
wolf.
Right. Okay, but it's
Yeah.
the same principle, right? So
No,
animals, right?
because no,
They
because
eat
Von
each other, and
Not at all the
oh
same
Von.
my God,
principle.
Okay,
I'm
no,
trying
no,
to
no.
answer the question.
I have to interrupt because you're talking about wolves. The question is, why aren't you vegan? Unlike wolves, you have the
Yeah, I'm trying to
choice.
give you examples.
They're in a
It's not just a
survival.
yes or no
Yeah,
answer.
they're in a survival situation. Unlike you, you have a choice, right? So it's why aren't
Okay,
you
can I answer?
vegan? I'm
Von,
I'm
do you
asking.
gonna
hold
tell
to
you why I'm gonna answer.
Von, do you hold to the
So no, I'm
proposition
gonna
if
answer the
wolves do
question. I'm
something,
gonna
we can
answer
do
her question.
something? Do you
I'm
agree
gonna
to
answer
that or
her
no?
question. So the reason I'm not vegan is because one, whenever I eat meat, I feel better, I look
Yeah,
better, I have
that's not the
healthier skin.
question. That's not the
I'm
question,
By the
I'm
way,
Von.
answering
Jem,
why I'm not vegan.
No,
not
that's not
sure
the
if you're
You
question.
just asked
interested.
me why am I not vegan, and I'm telling you why I'm not
I
vegan.
asked you if it would be respectful to exploit other animals. You said yes, and you said it wouldn't be respectful to exploit you. So my question was, what's the morally relevant difference between you and other animals that justifies the difference in view?
Okay, now we're talking about morals. So
Yes,
morally,
and then you
the
started talking about
difference.
wolves.
Yeah, because I'm. It's an example of my morality, and you interrupted before you could understand that.
Okay, so do you hold to
So,
the proposition
oh
if
my God, dude,
do
Alex, here you
you
go,
I have a
interrupting
question
like
about your
everybody
morality.
else. I'm trying to answer.
I have a
I'm trying to
question
answer
about
her,
your
but you interrupt.
morality.
So the
You
reason that I have
purported that it was to do with
this
your
entire,
morality. My
oh my God,
question is,
Alex,
do you hold to
all
the
you're showing people
proposition
is
if
that you're
wolves do
interrupting
something,
people,
we
and
can
this
do
is how
something?
vegans
Do you hold
act.
to that or no? This is
I didn't even hear
hilarious.
your question. I'm trying to
Yeah, so
answer
the
hers.
question
By the
is,
way,
I'm
just
just going to
So,
keep on asking it then. Do you hold to the
so Miss
proposition
Jen,
if wolves
the
do X,
reason
we
that
can
this
do
is my
X or no?
morality and my moral
Okay, so
compass
if
on
it's your
this is
morality, if
because,
wolves do something, we
oh
can do
my God,
something,
I'm trying
correct?
to answer her question, Alex. Do you
My
want me to
name's
answer
not
her question or
my
not?
name's not Alex, by the way. I don't know where you got that. But anyway, that being said, do you hold to the proposition if wolves do X, we can do X?
No,
So that's not your morality, then, is it?
yeah, I couldn't get to my morality because you're so good at interrupting people. Anyways, so
You're
Jim,
very good
like
at
I was saying,
pontificating about irrelevant nonsense. You are.
it sounds like nonsense when you interrupt people and don't let them get to the
But it
point.
sounds like nonsense because it's
So,
perpendicular
anyways,
to the
Jim,
subject being discussed. That's just analytically nonsense.
it's dude, if you interrupt people and you don't let them get to it, then yeah, you're not going to get the full picture.
I'm
Anyways,
certain that you didn't actually absorb anything that I'm saying, so it's quite alright. Don't worry.
because I didn't listen to you, I'm still trying to answer her question.
Of
You
course, you're not
asked
listening.
first.
Not listening to anyone anything says.
No, I'm actually listening to Jim. So Jim, could you please
Could you
ask your question one more
recapitulate
time?
anything that she said?
So
Could
Jim,
you
can you
recap?
please ask her your question one more time? Because after he interrupted 100 times, I couldn't get to it.
Right, I'm trying to find out why it is respectful to exploit other animals, but it wouldn't be respectful to exploit you. This is what I'm trying to find out at the moment.
Okay, perfect. So the reason, so like for instance, right, chickens, right, we exploit them for eggs, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what is an egg? Do you know what an egg is?
He's not answering the question, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
me
literally
too.
trying to. What are you talking about? I'm trying to
Um,
explain like the
How is
difference in
I'm
like
trying
asking
to
you
find
different.
what
a
eggs are?
trait
How is that answering
difference.
the question?
Okay, never mind. You know what? I'll just tell you what it is. So like whatever. So the difference in exploiting a chicken, for instance, is for eggs, right? You exploit them for an egg. An egg is a failed period. It's
Okay.
waste. They're never going to use it.
She
It's not
didn't
going to
ask you
hatch.
why do we exploit
So,
animals here.
and
That's
what
not
would
even
you do?
engaging.
Okay,
Bro,
Von.
she did. She asked what would the exploitation would be. Now, if you're going to exploit
She
Okay.
did
women,
not
how would
ask
you exploit
that.
them?
So could we exploit human women for their eggs? Could we mass breed human women and exploit them for their eggs?
I mean, I don't
We,
think that's ethical, but
we'll keep them in cages, or we can have like a free range shed and we can mass breed them, and then we can wait for them to ovulate. In fact, we can manipulate their ovulation cycle so that they have a period every single day, and then we can collect it. We can have them on like metal metal so that the eggs will drip down. So because it's an egg, right? So can we exploit women for their eggs?
no, I don't think we ever have either. I mean, and if we have,
Okay,
obviously,
so
it's incredibly
what has eggs got
morally
to do with
unjust.
anything? So
You're
what does
talking
this
about
have to do with
exploiting
the
them, and we
question?
exploited them.
Yeah.
So it's okay. So first off, we exploit them for different reasons, right?
She's
One
not
animal.
asking you why we exploit them. She's asking you what's the difference between the two entities that makes it okay to
Okay.
exploit X but not Y.
Okay. All right. So the difference between the two entities, then, right? One, a chicken. I don't know if you've ever looked at a chicken's brain. It's tiny. They don't have the capabilities of experiencing many different emotions
By the way,
and
Jem, if you have
logic
more
that humans
people,
can.
this guy's not worth it.
It's
He's clearly not in good faith. Like, if
okay.
you have more people waiting, maybe we go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
sleep
yeah.
after
Yeah.
past
Maybe you
We're not
should,
even
because then
listening
you'll
to the
just prove
question.
everybody in your chat that you stupid fucking
He's just
vegans
completely
don't know how to
disowned.
have a
Okay,
conversation.
Von.
I'm better.
Stop
I'm a
Von's
crashing
hungry
just
dog.
up.
crashed out. Von just crashed out. First of all, he said that we can exploit somebody based on the size of their brain, which is weird. And then he just crashed out. So,
I
okay.
guarantee you, if you saw evidence for that claim about chicken's brains, he would have none, by the way. It's just something that he heard colloquially in
Yeah.
passing transiently.
Of
That's so
course.
weird.
I was gonna do
I mean,
my wolf, like chant, if you don't mind. Oh, I think that's pretty
I mean,
good.
if we're exploiting others based on brain size, I mean, should we exploit like Chihuahuas and Dachshunds and like not exploit cows? Because don't they have a bigger brain than humans? Or maybe we should exploit each other and not
Or we
like
could
the bigger
exploit
animals.
we could exploit Vaughn, maybe, huh? Eh?
Yeah,
What if someone has a
I'm.
bigger brain, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure there's people out there with bigger brains. Okay. Next up, let's carry on.
You're like asking the guy what's the difference between the two entities, and he's like, we exploit chickens for their eggs. That's nothing to do with what I just asked you.
No. Hey Josh, are you over 18?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, sorry, there's a lot of background noise. Are you able to go somewhere a bit quieter? Sorry, Josh, you've just muted yourself. If you go somewhere a little bit quieter, you're welcome to request backup. But yeah, I can't hear anything. Diddy, are you over 18?
Yo. Yeah, I'm over.
Are you over 18? Perfect.
Yeah. Is my mic good?
Yeah, I can hear you. So what's your understanding of veganism, first of all?
My understanding of veganism is like people decide not to inflict harm on an animal in any like what's the word I'm looking for? In any way, so that they won't have like an inconvenience, like shearing sheep or stuff like that.
Not necessarily. It's more about exploiting them, so using them in a way that goes against their interests. So if it is in the sheep's interest to be sheared because they can't naturally shed their wool, that wouldn't go against veganism because would
Yeah, that
be
makes sense. I've seen videos
yeah.
of it though, but they normally seem pretty upset about it. Like you kind of have to hold them down, but that might be just because they're
Oh yeah, yeah,
scared.
yeah.
But
Yeah, they don't
anyways,
like it. It's like, but it's
I'm
still in their
not
interest.
really.
It's like taking your dog to the vet. Like they might
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like it, but if it's in
like
their
taking a cold shower on like a really hot day or something. But anyways,
perhaps, but I mean, like you're doing it to somebody else. I'd say taking a shower is more of a personal thing, but
it's more like a haircut. Like if you have really long hair and you're too hot.
no,
That's a little
it would be
wrong.
like cutting somebody else's hair who hates having a haircut, but it's for their interest, not yourself. Because yeah, it's about the action towards the other individual, if that makes sense. So, do you think that we should respect other animals?
I think that animals should be respected, but I don't think that veganism should be enforced in a way. I think that people should
Okay.
take what they need instead of
Which
mass
is what?
producing. I think people
What
should
is
take
what do we
strictly
need?
the things they need.
Which is
I
what?
think people should take strictly the nutrients from the animals, like the meat, the skin, the clothes. The people who can't go to the supermarkets and afford, like soy food or, all the vegan things. I think that people without the option to be a vegan would be considered a little more natural within the food cycle to hunt and eat animals.
Okay.
Purely
So
to
wait.
stay alive.
So is your position that people who can be vegan should be vegan?
I think people that can be vegan should be vegan, but they don't have to if they think they are, wellness spot
Wait,
vegan, whether it's ethical or
that
not.
that's just a contradiction because you said I think people who can be vegan should be vegan, but they don't have to be. So then they shouldn't be.
I'm just saying if they should be a vegan, but someone who's unethical might decide to. I'm just saying in general, someone who could be a vegan might not be a vegan just because they like the taste of meat more.
Okay, but you think that we should respect other animals?
Yeah, I do believe that.
Okay.
I think every animal should be respected, and when it is hunted, I think they should do, they make use of every part that they hunted them from. Yeah,
And
down to
that would be
everything. Like
respectful.
they take care of they like bury the bones if they don't use them, use the skin for their clothes, things like that.
Guess, how do you define
Yes.
respect?
I define respect. I don't know. I think respect is something that should be naturally given. I think respect
Yeah, but
is.
that doesn't
Yeah,
really
but
tell us
what is
anything,
it?
though.
I'm trying to get to my point. I think respect is. That's kind of hard to. I've never really defined respect before, but I don't
Yeah,
know what
because
my
you're just saying that
definition would
something
be.
concords with your idea of respect, but it doesn't seem like you've got a well-formed view on what respect even is. So that just seems contradictory.
I feel like I do have a pretty well understanding of how respect works, but when I have to like.
Well, can you describe what you mean by respect? Because I'm just wondering how it's logically compatible to
Yeah,
say that
yeah.
you can
Okay.
respect but also
I
exploit, because
I
by my
think
lights, that's a logical contradiction.
I think respect. Okay, let's just use this for an example. I think that my definition of respect would be to properly praise the animal for the things that you've gotten for it. Like,
Okay, so if I was to murder like your whole family but properly praise them for what I got out of them for it, I would be respecting your family.
well, what would you get out of my family for
Yeah, so
killing
the
them?
question was, if I did that and I got a bunch of stuff out of them, would I be respectful if I properly praised them by your lights?
I mean, like, you really gotta chill out with that though, because
Okay, so just respond to the question. I don't really care about any meta discussion. Just engage with what I'm asking you. And you said
Okay.
your construal of respect was praising them accordingly for the things that you get out of them. Okay, cool. If I just unalive your whole family and I get a bunch of products out of them, but I praise them for it post hoc, it would be like respect by your lights, right?
Well, it's also why would you do
So
it?
just respond to the question, please. Would it be respect or no?
To harvest their organs. That's why he would do it.
Yeah,
For
you've got to
example.
use their
To get
whole
whatever I
body,
wanted.
guys. You've got to
Yeah, to
use
get whatever I
their
wanted.
whole body.
Okay, I think that it would be less respectful.
Okay, so it wouldn't be respectful then, right?
No.
Okay, then that's not your idea of respect. So what is respect?
I'm
Because your idea of respect just entails a logical contradiction. It just affirms P and not P. So it logically cannot be respect.
I'm trying to come up here and like conversate with you guys.
Okay, well we don't need meta discussion. Please just engage with what we're asking you. So your idea of respect and the way that you've presented it to us just entails a logical contradiction. It just affirms two antagonistic propositions. So what do you mean by respect? Well, I tell you my idea of respect, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree. Do you think that's equitable?
I think that's very fair, yes.
Okay, cool. So my idea of respect is just dispensing the type of treatment to other entities that you would like to receive. So exploitation is treating an entity in a way that doesn't concord with their interests. So for me, when you say exploitation and respect, they're logically antithetical. So affirming the two in conjunction would just be a contradiction. It would be logically impossible.
So you think respect is something that can be passed on and should be passed on to everything no matter what you do to something?
No, I'm saying that when you're talking about respect, you're
kill an
talking about
animal,
dispensing the type of treatment towards entities that you would like to receive.
So if you eat a plant, you have to go down and chop 100 trees.
Could you possibly just respond to what I just said to you a moment ago or no?
Yeah, what did you say?
Okay, so once again, my idea of respect is just dispensing the type of treatment towards entities that you would like to receive. Exploitation entails treating an entity that's perpendicular to their interests. So to say respect and exploitation, these are two opposite concepts, so it would just be a contradiction.
I wouldn't say that hunting an animal for a need and using the
I
entirety.
you can't even speak to people like this. It's remarkable.
Oops.
Now you're saying that you shouldn't be vegan. So that's a contradiction because that's what your values would
Answer my
entail.
what if though, because you're
Yeah,
throwing
your
all
one
these
if
claims at me
somebody
and don't
does if
answer my
somebody
question.
if the only way for somebody to survive would be to exploit a human or an animal, I don't think it would be disrespectful towards them to do so. There you go.
That's what I
I
was trying to
answered your
say in the first
question.
place. Thank
Sure,
you.
but you are not in that position. You are in a position where you can choose to be vegan. So how is it morally justified for you to choose to not be vegan?
It isn't morally justified.
So what you're doing is wrong.
Not necessarily.
Wait, if it isn't morally justified, then what does that mean? Does that not mean that it's wrong?
Well, I'm not the one killing the animals.
You're the one paying for it. Come on, follow through. You don't have to go down this ridiculous route.
I'm the one paying for it, yes, but
Yeah, you're
still.
responsible for it, are you not?
I mean, don't put it all on me.
No, I'm not putting it all on you. There are certain animals out there that have their subjective experience mutilated because you choose to buy their products. And
Do you
it is
think
against your own values to do so. So how do you
vegan?
justify that?
Did you know that all vegan products actually do have
Funny, what
GMO in
did I
them?
ask you? What did I just ask you?
I don't know. I wasn't listening because you keep
Oh,
interrupting.
okay. I'm no longer interested in speaking to this person. I think, Jem, if you can move on,
Oh
let's move
yeah,
on
every
to
Yeah.
time
somebody who's
every
actually
time you interrupt
genuine.
someone and they speak up, you don't want to.
Did you
Yeah.
know the? Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to say I missed a chunk of that because I knocked a wire and I couldn't hear anything. I was like, shit. So I was like trying to scramble to get it back. So yeah, thank you for carrying that, guys, while that was happening. I was getting all flustered.
The conversations are super frustrating today, and I think like maybe
Yeah.
we should just from the beginning ask people what they're hoping to get out of this, because if their whole point is coming in here to debate, I don't think that you'll get that. So guys, if you're up here trying to debate us, that's not the point. There's no debating. It's not because we're great at debating, but rather because there is no debating the principle that it is wrong to exploit somebody if there's no need to. And instead of trying to bring up a what if scenario of a what if there is any need, yeah, how about you bring up that scenario, and how about you explain the scenario which we're discussing? There's no necessity for it.
Yeah, we're here
Be
for honest
genuine.
conversations, genuine
Yeah.
people. So
Yeah, can I just say, incidentally to that end as well, obviously, I ask people questions that intends to shine a spotlight on the absurdities entailed by their views, but it's not in the interest of winning. Like, if you want, you can go and tell all of your friends you, like, destroyed me in debate if you want to. I couldn't care less, quite frankly, but what it's intended to do is to give people the tools to introspect on what their beliefs are, because currently, as it stands, I just see your beliefs having absurd logical entailments, so making you aware of that gives you the ability to reflect and introspect about it and perhaps adopt a view that does actually concord with what your values actually are and not what you've told yourself that they are.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we can get any genuine people. Who's this? Cameron, are you over 18?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
2000.
2000. Okay. So, what is your understanding of veganism, first of all?
You don't eat meat.
So, that is a consequence of being vegan. So, why do you think a vegan might do that?
They like animals.
Okay, so veganism is an ethical principle that goes against the exploitation of other animals. So it means that we're against exploiting animals for any purpose, not just for food, so also for clothing, for entertainment, for labor. And by exploitation, I mean using them in a way that goes against their interests. So, do you think that we should respect other animals?
Yes, I guess so.
Okay, and do you think that we can respect them and exploit them at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that it would be respectful to exploit you? Could we respect you? Okay. So why is it different for other animals?
Because they are a source of food.
Okay. So if I was exploiting you for my source of food, would that be respectful?
It's up to you.
Right. So if I decided that it was respectful for me to exploit you to eat you, that would be respectful because I decided so.
Yeah, if you say so.
All right, get out of here, Cameron.
Nigger.
That is not an honest person. Somebody who thinks that it's respectful to cannibalize other people if the oppressor decided that it was respectful. What a joker. Your nightmare. Are you over 18?
What's up?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your understanding of veganism, first of all? I don't know if you just heard.
Being against the exploitation of animals, like
Yes, fantastic.
going to zoos or eat animals. Yeah.
Awesome. So, do you know what I mean by exploitation, by the way?
No, can you clarify?
So, exploiting somebody would be using them in a way that goes against their interests. So, yeah, obviously, it's not in the animal's interest to be in a cage in a zoo or to be exploited for any other form of entertainment or for clothing or for food or anything like that. So, do you think that we should respect other animals?
Actually, no.
Okay.
I just think it makes it much more complicated.
Okay.
There's no friendly coexistence between us.
So, should we respect humans?
Yeah.
Okay. So, why should we respect humans but not other species?
Because humans possess much more abstract thinking than animals, and I mean,
Why is that?
if you look at society,
Yeah. So why?
It would be much more. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it just makes sense that we respect each other. I think, like, we don't do that globally, but sadly, but yeah.
What do you mean by abstract thinking?
Yeah, I mean, if you if you look out the streets, have you seen a pig drive a car?
That's just a question.
I asked, what do you mean by
God,
abstract
another
thinking?
one. Another one. Jesus Christ! Why do you think that intelligence justify exploitation? Like why? Like one by one, all of you guys think intelligence justify exploitation. Is it safe to assume that if I'm more intelligent than you, then it's justified for me to exploit you if society doesn't break down based on your own argument?
Yeah, no. The thing is,
it wouldn't. Stop biting bullets. Stop biting bullets and actually be genuine. It wouldn't be justified. So why would you go down this route? Like why? Like, are you here to actually learn something, or are you here trying to prove something that is unprovable? Saying that animals don't deserve respect is like saying humans don't deserve respect because humans are animals. What makes humans special? They're intelligent. Well, how is that any special? Because not all humans are intelligent. Therefore, the humans that aren't intelligent somehow don't deserve respect. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. When you say
humans have the potential to be
when you say that,
Humans have the potential. Humans have the potential to be intelligent. What do you mean by the potential?
If you look at
Yeah, so the
at
the question I'm actually asking you is, what do you mean by the potential?
can you wait 1 second, please? I have to say.
I can let you answer the question that I actually asked, which was, what do you mean by potential?
You've got put yourself on mute, but I mean, we're not going to hang
Because
around
his-
and wait. We'll just move on if you're not, if you're
He's
gone
looking
for
it
a
up.
while.
His response to Chip is the distinction is like to respond to Chip's sort of like marginal cases point is entities that are human have the potential for sentience. But I'm just wondering what he means by potential and what dictates this, what adjudicates upon this.
Well, I mean, all I hear when he says humans have abstract thinking, he's basically saying that we can exploit other animals because we can do something that they can't. But like, well, other animals can do lots of things that we can't do. So why does us? And it's kind of like a might makes right argument. Like, because we can do something that they can't do. This is his argument that means that we can exploit them. That means we're justified
it's
to
like
exploit them.
hens,
So guess
chickens
what do
can
you mean
see
by
in.
so
Sorry,
guess
go on.
what do you mean by potential then? Like what dictates potential for intelligence, or rather potential for abstract cognitive functions? What dictates that?
What do you mean? Like, do you talk about like neurodivergent stuff? I'm not really into that, but
No, that would be a that would be a case of some kind of psychological deviation. What I'm asking you is, you said that humans have the potential for abstract intelligence. What do you mean by the potential?
I'm just saying that, like, I thought you will bring up the comparison with babies.
You're not really like following what I'm asking, are you?
I don't understand the question there.
Oh, he's here to
I know you
debate.
don't.
I think
Yeah,
he's
Are you here
high
to
or
de-
something, maybe.
Are
Well,
you
he's
here to
trying
debate,
he's
or
trying
are
to
you
debate,
actually
but failing miserably.
I just
or are
want
you
to answer the question.
here to actually understand what veganism is?
Yeah, but not everyone is a bit of your opinion and of your view, and you should respect that.
Okay. So the question remains simply: if we, I'll make it simple for you. Is it okay for me to unalive a dog so that I can use their body as a punching bag? Would you find that, like, I don't care if it's even respectful or not. Question is, according to your values, would that be right or would that be wrong? And yes, I would do it for something that is, well, it isn't a necessity because I could always exercise in another way. But in order for me to live a healthy life, I would need to exercise. So would that be, according to your values, would that be moral to do so?
It's a difficult question, a complicated analogy, but
No,
I guess
it's
not.
the thing
That's
is,
so
you're
tough.
like, you know if you are okay with that situation. I think that the reason you're thinking it's difficult is because you're trying to think of that you don't want to contradict yourself. You're trying to think, oh well, what can I say to make myself consistent? So I don't think that this is an honest conversation.
Okay, should I be like really
Yeah,
honest
you're
why
dodging.
I'm not
Yeah,
vegan?
I want you
Like,
to say what you think. I want you to say how you actually feel. And if there's a contradiction, that's fine. We can explore that. You're allowed to have a contradiction and to change your mind about things. This isn't a gotcha.
yeah, I guess why I'm not vegan is just because I don't see any benefit in being vegan. Like,
No,
How
okay.
about you respond to the question though? What Chip asked you, and be honest.
Yeah, listen, there's no benefit for me to not exploit you. But the thing is, it benefits you for me to not exploit you. Veganism's not about what we get out of it. It's not about there being a benefit for us. It's about the victim, right?
yeah, that's what you see, but I see it differently. Like, there's no universal.
So you've never been a victim? You've never been a victim of anything?
So hang on a minute.
No,
Do you agree with
not
rape
really,
then? Because there's a benefit to the oppressor,
No, of course not.
right? But there's a benefit to
Because
the.
but because there's a human in that scene.
Yeah, but you still haven't answered the question. You say that we should respect humans but not other animals, and I asked you why, and then you said because we can do something that they can't do. But they can do lots of things that we can't do. So why does the fact that some animals can grow limbs, some animals can detect earthquakes, detect diseases, change the colour of their skin to camouflage themselves. They can swim better than us, see better than us, fly better than us, smell better than us. There's lots of things that other animals can do that we can't do. So why are we taking something that we're good at, abstract thinking, and saying that because we can do this and they can't do this, we're justified to exploit them? It's a might makes right argument. You're saying that because we can do it, we're justified to.
The difference is the examples you gave. For example, you can change the color of your skin. That's like 2 animals or 3, and every human has a potential or is or possesses abstract thinking. That's the difference.
So
Not every human possesses that. I don't get this.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah, of course, there are
Yeah, that's what I
exceptions.
was asking. What dictates potential? Because obviously, in the domain of psychology or neuroscience, that would be highly, highly contentious to say. So, what do you mean by the potential?
I don't think
Like,
he understands this
I mean,
question.
no, I understand, but the thing is, at birth, if we take a healthy human, not that's not
what about the not healthy ones?
Yeah,
What do you
can we
mean if you take
exploit
a
them?
Yeah,
healthy?
not
That's
there are
everybody
very
is born
ableist.
that way. That's why they don't have the potential.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a very
That's
ableist position
exception.
that you hold right there. Are you saying that if somebody's incapable of doing what you're capable of doing, then all of a sudden they don't deserve to somehow be living free of exploitation simply because they can't
that's
do the same things you can?
that's just exceptions. Like how many people, what
Yeah,
percentage of
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
humans?
Doesn't
can
matter
you
if they're
can
an
you
It's
answer the
not
exception.
an exception.
question?
It's a counterexample. It's not
Do
an
they
exception.
do they deserve respect? Those people.
Yeah, of course, because they're human. It's the sole fact that they're human makes them respectable.
Right, okay. So
Okay,
then
so it's nothing. So it's nothing to do with their cognition. It's just merely the virtue of being human, right?
Yeah,
so it's nothing to do with abstract thinking.
yeah. Like if we take healthy humans, it's abstract thinking, but of course there are exceptions. How many people of the human population are
Okay,
like
so that's a category error
retarded?
because I could say, yeah, but other animals are animals like us. You're saying that we shouldn't exploit humans because they're human like us, but other animals are also animals like us. So why wouldn't we extend the respect that we have for each other to other species as well, considering we are also animals? Why would you just stop at our species?
Um, I don't understand the question actually. Like,
I'm saying, you're saying that we should extend our respect to other humans who don't have abstract thinking, right? I'm saying, why would you stop at our species when we're also part of the animal kingdom? Why wouldn't you extend that to other animals also who don't have that ability?
yeah, but we are in the hierarchy. We are up there. We are
Yeah,
above the
again,
animal.
might makes
Christ.
right.
You're not
Might
answering
makes
the
right. It's a
question.
logical fallacy.
No,
Yeah,
it's
just out
not.
of
Oh,
interest,
because we
let's just say
can.
that we discovered. Let's just say that we discovered that every cognitively disabled person on the planet, they actually weren't human beings. They were like Kryptonian refugees. And the reason why they're cognitively disabled is because they're not human beings. They're actually extraterrestrial refugees. Under those conditions, would you be okay with unaliving them for food?
Yeah, not for food because not for food, but for labor. I don't know.
Wow, that's absolutely
Slave
wild. You're
labor.
psychotic.
Nice.
Wait, did he just say he's
Wow.
in favour of human slavery?
Yeah. Wow.
What
He
the
said if we
hell?
discovered that cognitively disabled people were actually aliens, he'd be okay with enslaving them. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, yeah, we're moving on. We're moving on.
What
Alex,
can I ask you?
are you
Can I
over
something?
18? Are you over
Yes.
18? Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me
Can I
first?
ask something?
Yeah, after you've answered my question. So, can you tell me first of all what your understanding is of veganism?
That you don't need to kill animals because
No, it's
oh,
no. I need to explain this because there's no point in you asking a question if we before we get an understanding of what veganism is. So it's an ethical principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. So
why?
because we don't want to use them against their interests for any purpose. So for
Why?
food, clothing, entertainment,
Why?
because we wouldn't like to be exploited against our interests, right?
And why you?
And
why
they're
you?
the same, and we don't need
and
to.
why you say other people to do it?
What?
Are you here to have a
Like,
conversation or be
why do
aggressive?
you say
Are
other
you?
people to
Excuse
be
me.
vegan?
Excuse me,
If I want to kill an
bro.
animal because I want,
Don't make
I'm
me
going
mute
to
you
do
or
it.
kick you. I'll kick you if you don't listen.
Kick me, I
Bro.
will kick your fucking ass, bitch.
Stop.
Oh my god, Alex crashed out. Hang on, my finger's disconnected again. Bear with me while I give it a wobble the wire. This happened twice because I think I accidentally knocked it, so just bear with me 1 second. Yeah, the minute you start crashing out, it stops being a conversation, so there's no point having a conversation. Here we go, I'm back. That guy just seems super defensive. Guys, it's gone again. Here we go.
It's insane day, honestly. Like every single person was super disingenuous.
Yeah, last week was so good, and now this week, it's crazy. I feel like it goes like that. We get a good week of like normal people. Oh, he's gone. Let's go
Just
to
Traeger just walks in, is like, like,
yeah.
calm down, buddy.
Why? George, are you over 18?
No.
Okay, so I can't have a conversation with you, I'm afraid. If you have a question, you're welcome to ask in the chat. Josh had mic issues before.
Hello?
I don't know if... Hey, Josh, are you over 18?
Yes, I am.
Okay, brilliant. So can we clarify veganism first of all? What's your understanding of veganism?
It just seeks to exclude all forms of exploitation for animals, right?
Yeah, that's right. And by exploitation, do you know what I mean by that?
What do you define it as?
Using somebody else in a way that goes against their interests.
Okay.
Okay. So do you think that we should respect other animals?
I don't think we should respect animals. I think we should acknowledge them as species on our planet.
What do you think I mean by respect?
It depends to the person. I feel like treating them in a manner same as you would to anything else.
Okay, so by respect, I mean treating them in a way that goes against, no, I mean considering their interests. So it would be the opposite of exploiting them. So, I can't remember what I was going to ask you then. So, sorry, what was your response to that? You think that we should or we shouldn't respect other animals?
I don't think we should respect animals. I think we should acknowledge them.
Let me rephrase the question. So, do you think we should consider their interests, other animals?
Depends on what scale.
What do you mean by that? Should
Just
we?
as a heuristic, as a general principle, yes or no?
Yeah, should we consider what they want above our own selfish interests?
I wouldn't class them as a selfish interest, so no.
No. I'm not asking what you would class as a selfish interest. I'm just saying, do you think that we should consider their interests above our selfish purposes? So something...
I don't think so, no. Not above human purpose.
Okay, so in that case, you would agree that we could use a dog as a punching bag?
That differs, actually. I feel like that's a pretty illogical hypothetical. It doesn't really pertain to the conversation very well.
When you say it's illogical, what do you mean by illogical?
I think it's illogical because 99.9%
Now the question
of
is,
humans
what do you
would
mean
not,
by illogical? What dictates what's logical?
if people would actually do it.
No, the question is, what do you mean by illogical? By illogical, do you just mean if people would actually do it? Because you're just saying, if it's illogical,
That
you're
is
just
what
saying
I just
it's if
said,
people...
yes.
Yeah, so when you say it's illogical, you're just saying if people wouldn't do it. How does that even semantically make sense?
It literally does.
Could you repeat back to me what I just said to you, just out of interest?
I can't remember the full sentence you said. No.
Okay, so if you could actually listen and absorb,
I am
process,
listening,
and
but I
respond
don't
accordingly,
really.
that'd be great. Well, obviously you're not listening if you can't actually recreate anything that I just said to you. But
I can't
you said
memorize
that
every sentence
you
you're
said
saying,
that
though.
you said that her question was illogical, and I asked you what you meant by illogical, and you said it wouldn't actually occur. So when you say that her question is illogical, you're just saying her question is it wouldn't actually occur, which doesn't even make sense semantically. It's not even like linguistically coherent. But anyway, that being said, if all you're saying is it's something that wouldn't occur, okay, fine. She's asking you on a hypothetical basis. Can you respond?
Then I do not ask, or I do not answer illogical hype.
Right, Josh.
Okay, so
Let's
you don't answer
I don't argue for a point that I wouldn't give.
you don't answer questions that don't pertain to real life.
If you can't answer a
So,
hypothetical,
yes,
there's
pretty
literally no point in
You've summed
having a
it up very well.
conversation.
Well, then there's no point speaking to you then.
Well,
Yeah, he literally came here to waste his time.
Yeah, like by the way, the problem is I won't speak on this like too long, but if you actually look at ethics as an academic study in philosophy, like most of it is just engaging in thought experiments. That's the only way that you can gauge what your ethical paradigm is, by engaging in very particular thought experiments that really challenges what your perspective on life is. If you can't engage in abstract thought experiments, you can't even discuss ethics philosophically.
Yeah, it's true. So there's no point having a conversation with somebody who can't answer hypotheticals. Gavin, are you over 18?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so first, can we just clarify what's your understanding of veganism?
Veganism is a philosophy.
What philosophy?
The lack of exploitation for any living being.
Yeah, it is. It's the principle that we should live without exploiting other animals. Do you think that we should respect other animals?
I believe it's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, I'm asking, in your perspective, Gavin, do you think that we should respect other animals, according to you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay. So, do you think that we can respect them and exploit them at the same time?
I do.
Okay. So, let me ask, if you were being exploited for your body, would that be respectful towards you?
This is why that I brought the point.
Can you answer the question?
Me personally, no.
This guy's so
Okay.
disingenuous, by the way.
So it wouldn't be respectful to exploit you for your body, but it is respectful to exploit other animals.
Sure.
Okay. So what's the morally relevant difference between human beings and other animals that justifies the difference in view? So why is it respectful for one but not the other?
Respect
not the
is
others.
the acknowledgement of worth, so I can acknowledge something as worthwhile while also killing it.
No, respect is considering somebody else's interest.
That's just equivocating on the term respect, by the way.
Well, yes, that's what respect is.
Respect is equivocating on the term?
No, I was responding to her, not you. I apologize.
Yeah, but when she asks you a question indexed to the meaning of a term, it's indexed to her intentions of the term, not your intention. So when she says respect, she means something that's perpendicular to what you mean by respect. So the context of the question that she's asking you is based upon her construal of respect.
Right, but that's why I said it was a matter of perspective, because that's what it is. And when I explained that, I was told that that was not true.
No, but you're not answering the question though, because you're equivocating on the term. You're responding to a question that she's not asking you. Your construal of the term respect isn't symmetrical with her construal of it. She's asking you the question based upon her understanding of the term respect.
Yeah, so when...
It's not a matter of understanding, it's a matter of what the word is. You can't say something is respectful if it's not, just because you think it is. That's not how it
this
works.
guy he can't even follow a conversation. It's remarkable.
No, I'm trying to. But
when
you're
I'm
being a
talking about
hypocrite.
respect,
I'm
Gavin...
trying to be as
I'm being a
truthful as
hypocrite. I'd
possible.
love to hear the argument for that.
Gavin, when I'm talking about respect, I mean considering somebody else's interests, considering what they want. So should we consider the interests of other animals? So for all day I've had to fucking explain what these simple words mean. Most people
But
can
you
just
haven't explained
understand.
what respect is.
Fucking
Truthfully,
I've
infuriating.
just explained it. Should we consider the interests of other animals?
Sure.
Okay. So do you think that we can truly consider their interests and exploit them at the same time?
No.
No. Okay. So based on that, so you're saying that I'm trying to not to use the word respect. It's really difficult because that's what
instead of just using respect, just say what you mean by the term instead of using the term.
Yeah, I know. So you think that we should? I'll just use the word consider. So you think we should consider other animals, and that it's not considerate to exploit them. So do you feel there's anything preventing you from being vegan then, and living in alignment with your own morals?
Yes.
What?
Health conditions.
What health conditions?
I suffer from a few. They're mostly digestive, but it prevents me from living a vegan or even a vegetarian lifestyle.
I'm a nutritionist. Can you explain to me what it is?
Yeah, what are they called, by the way? I'm quite well versed on medicine also.
So basically, what I suffer most from right now is something called diverticulitis.
Yeah. Why would diverticulitis
yeah, what's the
prevent you from
evidence
being
that
vegan?
diverticulitis would subvert you following a plant-based diet? Like, what's the evidence of that?
We actually talked to somebody who has diverticulitis today, and they decided to be vegan. It is possible. And this person not just had diverticulitis, but they had another condition combined with that, and they can do it. So I fail to see why you couldn't do it.
Because like the same way that you know, if someone has cancer, not everyone needs chemotherapy. The way other people can have diseases and not need certain cures.
Don't go down that route.
No, I'm being entirely honest. I'm being entirely honest with you. I'm saying one sickness does not always need the same remedy, sir. That is all I'm saying.
I believe
okay,
that.
Is there any evidence of your claim at all?
Yes.
Is there any evidence that having diverticulitis would subvert you?
Yes.
Let's solve it like this, Gavin. Gavin, if you could be healthy on a plant-based diet, would you choose to adopt a plant-based diet then?
No.
Oh, there you go. So we
that's not
don't
even
need
your
to
view.
even Doug. Yeah.
What do you mean? Reiterate how that's not my view. I just explained to you.
You said you can't.
Your reasoning for not being vegan is because of X, but then X isn't even your reason for not being a vegan. It's so simple.
That's not my reasoning. Like, it doesn't matter whether or not my reasoning, it doesn't change my moral standpoints or my viewpoints. Just because I choose to do something because of something else affecting me.
He's not even tracking, by the way. He didn't even hear what I just said a moment ago.
Yeah, we're going to move on. I've only got
way,
20 minutes left, so I can't be bothered.
I just wanted to say, for the sake of the audience, there's absolutely not a shred of evidence that having diverticulitis would subvert you following a plant-based diet. That's complete hogwash.
I just looked it up, and quite literally, like, it says it's good for recovery, eating plant-based. There's ways you can address flare-ups. Like, it's the entire thread says yes, absolutely, you can be plant-based. And his thing was like, no, I wouldn't be even if I could be. Like,
yeah. Next we have vegetarian 161.
Hello.
Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah.
Perfect. What's your understanding of veganism?
Yeah, let me ask you this. Is it vegan if I eat cat's foreskin and circumcise him, and after I will decapitate him perhaps? Is it vegan?
Can I first understand what your understanding is of veganism?
I mean, his foreskin. No, his foreskin.
Did you hear what he just said, by the way?
Cal, I will eat your foreskin. Yeah, your foreskin.
I'm currently seeing somebody, but thanks for the interest.
Okay, we'll carry on. That was weird.
That's funny existential.
Hey, are you over 18?
Nope.
Okay, then we can't have a conversation, I'm afraid. But you can ask your question in the comment section. Laws, S&M. Hey, are you over 18? You've just muted.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. What can I call you, by the way? Can I call you Lurs?
Yeah, just Lurs is okay.
Okay. So what's your understanding of veganism?
So, basically, my understanding of veganism depends, you know. It depends quite on it depends on Cal's foreskin type right now, you know? Like, personally, I'm gonna cut that motherfucker's throat.
Okay. Yeah, obviously a child.
Yeah, I've got a few fans on this side, by the way. You'll swiftly realise.
User 67, are you over 18?
Yeah.
I don't think you are.
Oh, fuck you.
Franklin. Yeah, definitely not been through puberty. Hey, Franklin, are you over 18?
No. No.
Okay. Then we can't have a conversation. It does say 18 plus, but I thought I moved it a little bit higher. Maybe I've put the wrong background on, because maybe people can't see it. But yeah, you
I
do
can't
have
see
to
it right
be.
now.
Yeah, you're in front of it. On my thing, it's literally just like there, behind. You can kind of see like the little white box there, but I'll
Oh,
sort that
I'm
out
sorry
next
about that.
week. No, it's fine. I'll sort that next week. I thought I moved it up here, but I think I've put the wrong background on. So, Alfie, are you over 18? You've gone on timeout, by the way. Next, Jensen. Jensen, are you over 18?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
2002.
For real.
Yeah, I
Jojo,
don't
you
think so.
move is not.
God, people need to get hobbies, man. Like, I don't know why you want to spend your time
Yeah, go
doing that.
outside.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, are you over 18? Is it Derek?
No. No.
Okay, well, we can't have a conversation if you're not over 18, I'm afraid.
If you guys are going to
Spegula.
get some hobbies as well, for the guests that are watching, please make it reading some books, please.
That'd be cool. Let's see. Who's next? Max on a track. I think some of these people may have left, so I'm just going to keep going through and trying to accept people. No. Got 15 minutes left, so if you want to come on up, I'm just going through the last of the requests. Oh, here we go. We
Hello?
have. Hey, are you over 18?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. And we have user 67. I'm pretty sure I've already spoke to someone called Cameron and Lando for real. No, not user 67 I've spoke to. Let's try Lando for real. Okay, let's try Love Mother Mary.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm over 30, yeah.
Awesome, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
How are you? Yeah, I just want to say respectfully, like I think they're very good people. They have a lot of empathy, not just for people, but for animals also. So,
Cool.
I'm not a vegan, like, but I totally get it. Like, you're trying to
Yeah.
save them. It's very cruel what's
What do you
happening to
think
them.
it
It is very
means?
cruel.
What do you think it
To
means
be
to be
vegan,
vegan? Yeah.
like the first thing, like it's more of a feeling like than a thought. It's just a really caring person that's really, really connected to the earth and really loving person, really, and so loving like that they really, really not only care for people but they care for animals as well. Like which a lot of people turn a blind eye to.
Okay. Well, veganism is actually the ethical principle that we should live without exploiting other animals. So we wouldn't use other animals against their interests, not for their flesh, their eggs, their breast milk, for entertainment, testing, you know,
It's
any way that we use them really.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
think?
cruel, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
incredibly cruel. It's incredibly cruel. Like what happens to them, and that is a fact. Like there's no denying that. Like, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, do you think we should respect other animals?
Yes, of course, 100%. Like, and it's very sad, like, to think that, an animal has to die in order for us to live. Like, I know you would kind of debate that, like, but, like, I really have a lot of empathy for animals, but I do believe that there is, unfortunately, like, I do believe that we do have to somehow eat them to survive. Like, um, that's my belief. Like, I don't think it's right that to believe that, but I
Well,
just believe that's
why do
just
you
the way
think
it is.
that? Why do you think? So you think that we have to eat other animals to survive?
No, like, well, no, I don't mean, I wouldn't even like to say the animals, like, but for me personally, like, if I don't have a piece of meat like once a week, I just I can't function properly. Like, I can't, and unfortunately, that's like, I hope you don't judge me on that, like, because you're a vegan. I'm not trying to say that to intimidate anybody or anything.
No,
It's
I
just,
understand.
it's just the way I feel. Like, if I don't eat, I would have no energy to work. Like, so
So,
I do it because I have to do it, not because I want to do it. You know what I mean?
so what do you think is within that animal that you need that you can't get from other sources?
I don't know. Well, I think, like, from a piece of meat, there's a lot of iron. Like, I imagine, I'm not 100% sure, and I think maybe if the animal's eating a lot of grass, that you're gonna get a lot of energy from that or something like that. And again, it
So,
is sad. Like, it is bad. Like, I'm
can
aware
I
of that.
just ask? So, do you not think that you could find a way to live as a vegan? Let's say, let me ask, put it. I'll put it as a hypothetical question, right? So, let's say I say to you, look, I've got a challenge. You live as a vegan for a year, and then at the end of the year, if you do it successfully, you'll win £1 billion. Do you think that you could find a way to be vegan?
Yeah, I could try it. Yeah, I could definitely try it, and I know people that have
Okay.
tried it before.
Yeah,
It
so
is
that would mean
possible.
that you don't need to consume other animals because if you've got the incentive there, if you have if you have the incentive, you could do it, right?
Yeah, but, like, my body
Okay.
just keeps proving different to me. Like, it's
Can I?
telling me that I need it. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I take it. If that wasn't the case,
Well, there
I
could be
wouldn't
lots of
contribute myself.
reasons for that.
Yeah, can I
Oh
just
yeah, yeah.
ask, like, what your typical diet would have been when you ate plant-based?
When
He
I ate
did.
plant
I
based,
don't. Yeah, I don't.
Or you
He
weren't
didn't eat plant
plant-based?
based. No.
Can I ask a question also?
yeah,
Yeah, like I'm not, by the way, listen, just in advance, I'm not trying to be flippant or facetious when I ask this, but it just seems like there's a kind of like cognitive disconnect there because, when people become, like addicted to recreational drugs, like cocaine or something, and cocaine addicts, they feel
yeah,
like they literally cannot function if they don't have a line of cocaine, or like a crack addict thinks that they'll like die if they don't
yeah.
smoke a
I
pipe or
get
something
you.
like
Yeah.
that. That doesn't mean that like they won't survive without doing it. So the fact that you feel like you can't function or something without a piece of meat, that doesn't mean that you need it for survival. Obviously, that would just lead you to totally false conclusions.
Yeah, I actually do it. Like, I don't like eating it, to be very honest. I really don't like eating it, but I just eat it because I feel like I have to. If I went, like, I think sometimes maybe you would probably understand that more, but it comes down to maybe a country that you're living in. But if it's really cold, I think a lot of people believe that the meat kind of keeps you warm because there's iron in it or something like that. But
Yeah,
for me
there's iron in
personally,
plants and all that as well. Obviously, like trivially, you can get iron quite easily from plants. But I just mean like the sort of like underpinning logical thesis that you've got, as in I feel like I can't survive without X, therefore I need X for my survival. Obviously, that would lead you to some absurd places because a crack
yeah, that
addict
is
would
very
say the same
true.
about crack
That is
cocaine.
very true.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's very true, and it's not like, I just eat it because I genuinely only eat a piece of steak because I have to eat it. It's not like, oh, I can't
No,
wait to
no,
eat this
no.
piece of meat. Right, I can't eat.
I
Sorry.
understand that you feel like you have to, but we've already established that you don't necessarily have to because of the hypothetical. Do you remember? Can I just ask? So, is it safe for me to assume, Love Mother Mary, that if you found out today that you could live as a vegan and you could be healthy, you could get everything that you needed, then you would think that it's a moral obligation for you to do so? Is that safe to say?
If I knew I could, like honestly, genuinely, I wouldn't put any animal through that, and it is cruel. Like there's no doubt about that. I think everybody knows how cruel these places are. And I do sympathize with you. You do really have a big heart, like to be looking after them and caring for animals and all. And I
Yeah, I
genuinely wouldn't
mean,
do it.
I
I
appreciate what you're
think
saying, I really do, but I think that veganism is just like the bare minimum, that we don't it's not about going above and beyond or doing anything, extra nice to somebody. It's just not like not harming them, not sending them to a slaughterhouse, not exploiting them. It's just to me that's just the basic decency that we could, grant them. But I was gonna
yeah.
ask, Love. Sorry, I was
Sorry,
gonna
I
ask. So
just wanted.
what?
Sorry, sorry. I won't talk.
No, it's okay. I was going to ask, what kind of evidence would you need to see to convince you that you can live as a vegan and be healthy?
Well, look, I'll take any evidence at all. I know there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of people saying that you need meat, and then there's a lot of people saying that you don't need meat.
Well, yeah,
I
but we
think
should
like
we shouldn't trust like what any random person says. We should look at like
well,
the
I would love information
dietetic
about it. Like
consensus.
I would be open to anybody want to message me. If there is a different way of eating, like there's no problem at all there.
Yeah,
Johnny around. You know what? I think vegans are beautiful people. Like they really are. And you know what strikes me? Like you know what? If you go to a foreign country, a lot of people don't eat a lot. Like say for example, the Philippines. That's the first thing I can think of. They don't eat a lot of red meat, as far as I know. They eat mostly vegetables and stuff like that. And like soups and stuff. I know that's very
mm,
generalized, like, but they seem to be like the nicest people ever. And I think the less meat you consume, look, it's just my opinion, like, but that's the way I feel.
yeah,
The less meat
okay,
you consume, the more a nicer person you are. You're just really kind of empathic and really in touch with nature, and it's so true. Like you see these people that are
yeah,
Yeah,
vegans, they're
love
so in
mother.
touch. Like,
Can I just say, like, it sounds like you care, but oftentimes a lot of people will come on here and they'll talk about how much they care, but they don't take action. And
yeah,
right now, that individual, that living being is like looking to you. Like if you can imagine, I estimate between like 100 and 300 animals will be taken every single year by a human. You're looking at maybe 3 to 20,000 animals over the lifetime. And imagine it was you that had the knife in your hand and you had the choice and you had to make it today. Either you're going to kill all the or unalive all those animals right now this second, or you can choose something else. Like what are you going to choose? You
well,
know?
if when people love each other enough, they don't need to sacrifice anything else. Like they don't need to sacrifice an animal. I believe like two people that really love each other as a couple, for example, they wouldn't need to be eating meat all the time. They could live a really beautiful existence
Yeah, and
eating.
so I was at a slaughterhouse today and they sent out alert to the human beings that it's a hot day. There's an alert. They send it out saying that be careful, it's really hot out. Do you think they cared about the animals being transported in these trucks today?
No, no, I don't
No,
believe they have.
they
And
didn't. They might as well have spit on them because that's how much people care about these animals. They might as well have just spit on them because they were living in their feces. This is the first time these animals, these particular animals, will be outside, inside a death truck, covered in their
yeah,
feces, sliding around with their friends. And the thing is, all of this, every single animal that's out there, it is absolutely unnecessary to exploit them, to use them, to view them in that way. They are not commodities. They're individuals, each and every single one of them. And if people like yourself, Love Mother, don't change, then how are we going to be able to change the world and make it better for all the animals? If people like
but
you, someone who gets it, doesn't change. Do you know?
you're doing a great job. Like, there's no doubt about that. Like, for someone, you can really tell a person's character how they treat their animals. Did you ever hear someone saying that? Like, a lot of people do say that. I've heard a lot of people saying that you can tell a lot from a person how they treat their own pets, even. Because a pet can't talk, they can't communicate, they can't say, this person done that. Like, so it is a really beautiful cause, like, and that's a lot of people are aware of that.
Well, that's the thing. They can't defend themselves, right? They
Yeah,
can't.
it's
They can't speak up and say, "I do not want this," and
yeah, and they can't
that should
even.
be our job.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Like they cannot talk. So what would that say about a person that picks on them? That really says a lot about that person, doesn't it? That treats
Look,
them badly.
this is our legacy. You know, this is what we're leaving behind, and are we going to leave it behind, knowing that we could have changed? I mean, this is the biggest regret every single vegan has: is they wish they would have done it sooner. They
Well,
wish somebody instilled that into them, flicked them in the head, slapped them in the face, woke them up. You know.
yeah, it's true. I did have a friend one time. He went into an abattoir somewhere in Ireland, and he let all the animals go. Like I don't know if he got into trouble. I can't remember what happened. Like, but he let all the animals go like loose, like out of this where they were going to be killed. Like I think they were put in there the night before the slaughter or something like that. But he released every single one of them. But I'm
And
not sure.
I wish they would all be freed. You know.
Yeah, like it is a beautiful thing. Like vegans are beautiful, that's for sure. Like anybody that has sympathy for someone or
We're
something
not,
that can
but
talk.
we're like everyone else, right? It's not even about us. We're not just, it's not even vegans, right? It's just the fact that we realize that we don't have to do this. The question you have to ask yourself, is it necessary? And if
No,
it's
it's not.
not, then the threshold has to be through the roof because you're talking about someone's life. If it was you in that position, if that was your family member, your mother, your sister, your kid, you you would have to have that threshold through the roof, and it shouldn't be any different for them.
That's very true. Like it is, and I'm sure God sees, your behavior, and I'm sure he's like God is very happy with vegans, like because vegans are sticking up for those who cannot stick up for themselves, which is a beautiful act. Like
So why don't you
so,
What
help
about
us?
you? What
what?
about you? What about you today? Is today going to be the day that you decide to put this behind you?
Yeah, I will. Like this week, I came into the live, and I you can feel the love in it. Like, yeah, maybe I will. Like, I just have to make that decision. Like, I have to do some more research on it as well. I know you are right. I'm 100% sure. There's no doubt in my mind that vegans are right. Like, that's for sure. It's just I would
We
just
have
have
a
to go.
nutritionist on the panel. We can provide you all the meals and stuff like that. The how is the easy thing. Like it's just the why. The why is the instilled value that needs to be in place, right?
Yeah, well, as well as that, you do become a beautiful person, like because you become empathic, sympathetic towards not just animals but towards people as well. Because I believe like that once you kind of consume that meat, it changes people. Like it kind of turns people into like it's like barbaric or something like that in a sense,
Well,
and
if we can treat the most vulnerable beings that way, of course we're gonna live in a
yeah,
shitty world, right?
exactly, yeah,
Of
exactly.
course. If we're
We
gonna
were making
exploit them, if we're gonna look at them as commodities, there's no way we're gonna continue on living in a good world. We can't.
yeah. But vegans are beautiful. I honestly, really, really like so in touch with everything, like the world, nature. If everybody was vegan, it would be a beautiful world. Honestly, I think that's for sure, definitely without a doubt.
So why don't
You
you
know,
be a reflection of that then? Why don't you help us?
maybe I will. Like, can I ask a question? Do you know the way they're talking about this, the lab grown meat? Would that be vegan or classed as vegan? Is
Oh,
that true?
definitely, yeah, yeah.
So that you would welcome that, like, because that's probably on the way, is it? I don't know much about it, but I did hear about it, like,
Yeah, with open arms. I mean, I think it's the only way to really economically dismantle animal agriculture. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's massively utility generating. I'm a huge fan of it.
So maybe that's the way things are gonna go. Like that barbaric generation is gonna probably disappear because there won't be any more animals left to slaughter because they're gonna do it all like lab grown, So maybe that's where we're headed anyway.
Well, I hope so
Well,
eventually, but
Yeah.
obviously, in the meantime, billions and billions of beings are suffering horrifically
yeah,
every single day, and it's our responsibility to take action
yeah.
today and not do that.
And you do a beautiful job. I just want to say that to you. Like, you really do. These are wonderful people. Like, and everybody knows you do a great job. So like, I think people are kind of jealous because they would just love to kind of stick up for something that can't stick up for themselves. Like that's the most beautiful thing anybody could ever do, really. Like, sticking up for somebody or something. And I
Yeah.
believe, I
Can I ask?
genuinely do believe that the reason why they can't talk is because of, to give someone an opportunity like yourselves to stick up for them because they haven't got a voice. Do you get me? Do you know the kind of way? So, sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah. Can I ask a couple of trickier questions? The first one I was going to ask is, so let's say if you were being exploited for your body in the same way that other animals are being exploited, how soon would you want your injustice to end?
You're 100% right. I totally agree with you. Like on every level, like it's
Oh yeah,
beyond cruel. There's
sorry,
not even words.
but yeah. So how soon, how quickly would you want your injustice to end?
Immediately, like yeah, like
Okay.
straight away.
And then the other question is, so how many more animals should be exploited on your behalf from now?
Zero.
Zero. So
Totally,
that would
totally
mean
zero.
so that would mean being vegan from now, right? So are you gonna do it? Vegan from now?
Yeah, I will give it a try, and like there is a lot of ingredients people can eat like without having to eat meat, like vegetables. You can have spicy vegetables. There's so many ingredients that doesn't require meat. Like there's a lot of I think you know more than me, but I'm
Mm.
sure there's countries out there that don't eat a lot of
Yeah.
meat. Maybe in the poor
Yeah.
countries, it's like a Mediterranean diet. When you
I
say
can give you
vegan,
some advice.
does that include fish as well?
Yeah, because fish
Yeah.
are sentient animals. So I
Oh yeah.
just want to push back on your response a little bit. So let's say you're the one who's being exploited for your body, and I said to your oppressor, I said, "Look, will you stop exploiting Love Mother
Sugar,
Mary?"
my
And they
phone is
say,
ringing here.
"It's okay."
How do I turn it off?
Oh, I
Hold on a
love this
second.
song. Owl
Okay.
City Fireflies.
Can you
Love that
hear?
song.
Oh, it's still going. Okay.
Sorry about
Can
that.
you
It's
hear
probably
me?
gonna ring again. Yeah, I can hear you.
Don't worry. So yes, you're being exploited for your body parts, and I said to your oppressor, "Please stop exploiting Love Mother Mary," and they said, "Okay, I'm going to try and stop." Would that be good enough for you? Their response.
You're 100% right. Honest, I know you're 100% right. Like, I'll be very honest.
I assume your answer would be no.
What was the question again? Sorry, I just got distracted with
My
that call.
question is, would it be good enough if they said that they're going to try to stop exploiting you?
No, no, definitely not.
You'd
100%, definitely
no,
not.
you'd want them to say, "Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do it anymore." Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So when I ask if you're going to go vegan, what do you think that your response should be if you were in the victim's position?
It should be definitely to say yes, but
Hmm.
like 100%, like without a
So
doubt.
will it be? Will that be your answer?
Yeah, like it's like even listening to you is like I can feel I definitely want to like because your cause is so true, like really, really. There's no words really to describe how he's are so untouched. Like, yeah,
Okay.
like I just struggle a bit like with energy and stuff like that, and I think that's the only reason like that I'm
Yeah.
eating meat and stuff like that. That's about it.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, we can
but
give you
I
as
wish
long
I
as
could get
like
the
the
same amount from
intentions there.
vegetables. Yeah,
Yeah, so we
definitely,
can give
yeah.
you some practical advice. Sorry, love Mother Mary. We can, as long as you're in. The main thing is that your intention's there, right? So you've got the intention to go vegan. We can help with the practicalities of it. If you're wondering what foods that you can eat in order to get energy, I would say
Yeah.
a lot of like carb-based foods. Like I mean, Chip would probably answer better than me, but like
Like
pasta
chips and stuff like
and
that.
yeah, pasta,
Yeah, I think
beans,
like
lentils.
yeah, I
Sorry,
mean
Chip.
if your goal is to have a lot of calories, best would be to have like nuts and things that have fat because those are high in calories. Fat is higher in calories. But if you, I think like just like a simple meal plan where you have a combination of all this, where you
Yeah.
have, a little bit of nuts, a little bit of rice, some beans, some tofu. It's quite easy, really. You just have to try on the combinations that you like the most. But if you do that, then you'll probably be fine. You don't need any like special thing. I like to tell people if you go into the frozen aisle section, you'll find frozen veggies, and in the frozen veggie section, I'm sure you'll find some that you really like. Take
Yeah,
those.
there is that famous cook from England, isn't there? She does the sausages and stuff like that, isn't there? Like burgers. What do they call? I don't know her name, McCartney or something like that. Linda McCartney
Yeah,
burgers. Is
Linda
that right?
McCartney.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
friend who
Yeah,
used
I
to.
don't think all of her range is vegan, but
Oh, isn't
yeah,
it?
I think she does. I think she does like vegetarian foods as well.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I think some of it is vegan. You just have to like look at the
I
label.
think
I think
I like.
yeah, some are vegetarian.
Sorry, I wouldn't. I wouldn't
Sorry,
have a
what were you
lot of
gonna?
money, so I would be hoping like that it'd be cheap enough, like to be a
it's
vegan.
cheaper.
Or it's cheaper, is it?
It's yeah, it ends up being cheaper because the cheapest foods in the supermarket are generally vegan. But you can also make it expensive, of course, if you're going to be eating like, the plant-based meats. Some of them are pretty expensive. Depends where you live, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we live in hope for that lab grown stuff. I suppose that should be good for that in that case,
but
wouldn't it
that's
be?
gonna be expensive also at first, right?
Oh, is
So
it?
until it's gonna be feasible, yeah, obviously. I mean, until it's gonna be feasible, the best thing would be
Well,
to find other solutions, and there are
I think
plenty
it
of
would be.
them.
It's kind of an easy choice, like to make if you have a community as well, isn't it? Like because
Yeah.
like let's say for example you're fasting. If a friend is fasting with you, it's easy, like But if you're doing it by yourself and you've no one to talk to, like about it, it makes it more difficult. So I think successful, you know, integration into it would be to have that support to do it as well, innit? Otherwise, you could struggle, like, because it is different, isn't it? It's not the same kind of. I believe it brings out a beautiful side to you, isn't that? Like, it's amazing. Like any vegan that I've ever spoken to are really beautiful people. Like, honestly, they're just so
Yeah,
empathic.
if
Like,
you I mean, if
almost.
you yeah, if you live with like a partner or like a family member or a friend or something, you could watch
It would be
something
great if they were
together.
vegan. Like,
Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I was going to say, in this link here, I've got some resources. One I would recommend, especially, I think it's the top one. It's called The Most Important Speech You Will Ever Hear. I would recommend that, especially if you're watching it with somebody who hasn't, had a conversation like this before. It's very thought provoking, like challenges, like, what you've been raised to believe and things like that. And there's also something on there called Animal Justice 21. So that's something that you can sign up to. And then for 21 days, you get emailed resources basically to help you and support you for those initial 21 days. But yeah, I guess the only advice that I would say is just think about what your current habits are, and I think the easiest way to transition is to basically do like simple switches. So instead of, I wouldn't make drastic changes in your diet, but if you're drinking cow's milk, switch it for a plant-based milk. If you're eating, if you like spaghetti bolognese, for example, and you're having beef mince, just switch out the beef mince for like lentils or like soya mince or something like that. Just so it's very easy switches. And then once you get the hang of it, then you can always, try different things. But I would say keep it as to what you're used to, so, just so you're getting like a similar amount of calories and the same kind of nutrients. Because a lot of the time people, they say, I'm going to go vegan, and then they've gone from eating burgers and hot dogs and spaghettis and pastas and stuff, and they start eating salads foods that are completely different
Yeah.
to them, and then
You
they
lose weight
say,
or
oh, I didn't
something.
have that much energy. Yeah, exactly. But I think
I think
yeah,
iodine
you
would be
can just
important, would
make
it?
simple
If you're a
iron.
vegan, like iodine, like, I know
Hmm?
iodine. You ever hear of Lugol's iodine?
Oh,
Yeah,
iodine.
iodine is an
Yeah.
important factor, but as long as you like, you can eat iodized salt or you can eat some seaweed, and iodine would be
Seaweed,
fine.
yeah, yeah, that would be great if you're a vegan, yeah, because I think that's really
Oh,
important.
I don't like seaweed. I don't know
Just
where I
get some
get my
iodized salt.
iodine.
Yeah,
Iodine
or get
salt.
iodized salt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, thanks very much. I
Um.
appreciate that, and like, you're very good. Honestly, it makes the world a better place. It really does, and that's very true. I think people can be very ignorant towards like animals. Like, and I'm glad I had the conversation because it makes me think like, if I do eat a piece of meat, to appreciate like and just not take stuff like that for granted, because it really does. It is kind of cruel when you think about it, like you have to. Well, some people would disagree, like to say that you cannot, you have to live. Someone has to die. It's a very bad reality, isn't it?
Mm.
To think like that, like why should I have to live in order for someone else has to die in order for me to live? Like, which is it's a sad reality, really. Like,
You want to hear something interesting about
Well, it's not
iodine
for
as
you to
well?
live.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, actually, people that consume animal-based products, the kind of salient source of iodine is dairy, and the only reason that there's iodine in dairy, it doesn't actually naturally occur in the popularized animal-based products. The only reason that it's dense with iodine is because they actually clean the tanks that they store the milk in with iodine, and they actually clean the cow's udders with it as well. So it's actually a sort of secondary supplementary source that you're consuming of it. It's not even like a
yeah.
source that
I don't believe you get.
endogenously synthesizes from the animal.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe either that you get iodine from milk or cheese or anything like that. I'd say it's a very, very extremely low amount, although they might advertise it. I think Lugo's iodine, you can only get that online. Apparently, you can't buy it in any chemist or anything like that. It's very important for everything.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I mean, they market it as that. They say it's a great source of iodine and all that, but it's only because it's a sort of secondary tangential source from the cleaning. It doesn't
yeah,
actually, animals don't endogenously synthesize it as hogwash.
yeah. That's true. It's I don't know. I just think it's a great job that you do, and there's no doubt about that. And I think it is sad, and I haven't thought like that in a while, like a long time. That reality of how someone has to, something has to suffer. Like it's awful. Like yeah. I did watch that film Dominion or something, wasn't it, on YouTube? Dominion. It's a documentary,
Oh
wasn't it?
yeah, cool. Yeah. So if you've already seen that, yeah, I would definitely recommend the most important speech you'll ever hear. I do actually have to go now. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
end
I
the
noted that when
live,
I came
but
on. Well, thanks. I appreciate the
Wait,
taking
can I
on.
ask you one
Maybe
final question?
Maybe
Yeah,
Conspiracy as well. There's a documentary called
conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Yeah.
How
Yeah,
many
no,
more
that is
animals?
on there. It's in the link.
yeah. Thanks
How
very
many?
much. And
How many more animals should be exploited to death for you from now on?
I don't think any. To be honest, wouldn't it be a beautiful thing to kind of give your life for someone that cannot um talk or something? Like, it is a beautiful representation. I just wish it was kind of easier to live without having them to suffer. That would be amazing. Like, and maybe that's where we're going. So we won't have this stuff in 10 years time or something like that, or maybe sooner. So
It's extremely easy, by the way.
It is very, very easy.
yeah,
Yeah, especially when you think about what they're having to endure. That's what's difficult, is being them. Being
yeah,
us
I
in our
get you. I totally get
situation,
you.
very, very
Yeah, I
easy.
get that. I totally get that. Like, even if it's ignorant to say, like, I wish it was easier. I totally get that. You
Yeah.
know,
I mean, maybe in
like,
the
you could do
first,
anything.
yeah, maybe like in the first couple of weeks when you're, seeing what products you like, you're trying to, get to grips with looking at different labels and things like that. I mean, I wouldn't say it's difficult, but maybe there's, a small amount of inconvenience there. But after that, you've
Yeah,
already established those habits. So it's just that initial, like, few weeks, really.
Yeah, I'm sure it can be. It's definitely easy to get over when you take into consideration what happens when you're like for
Yeah,
them to be put on a shelf or whatever. You know,
yeah, very. But
it would be ignorant to say it was difficult. Like to be honest, but yeah, you're
yeah,
doing a great job. Fair play to you. Like you know,
Oh,
thank
also
you.
follow Cliff Grant. He's our friend in Ireland there.
Chris Grant.
Cliff
Yeah, I'll give
Grant.
you a follow.
Yeah, very
Um,
Thanks
good.
very much. I really appreciate your time
Thank you. I
and
appreciate you
honesty.
coming up, and I appreciate the honest conversation. And I was going to say
Yeah,
I'll be
maybe the
around.
next.
Sorry, I was going to say I'll be around next week at the same time. So if you have watched the most important speech you'll ever hear, or even if you haven't, I would love to hear
Is
from
that on
you. And
Netflix or
it's
YouTube?
on this. It's on YouTube, but I've linked it in here, so you could screenshot this.
Oh,
You've got the most important speech you'll ever hear. Christspiracy is on there as well. That's a very good documentary, and you've got Animal Justice 21. So
oh,
you've got
these are really hard. These are heartfelt stuff. I know even by talking about it that it really is.
yeah,
Yeah, the most speech. I'll watch that now. Actually, thanks for that.
wicked.
No,
Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, I will be back
yeah,
next week if you're around. I say this to to every person I speak to, and then I don't hear from them again. So if you actually, it would make my week if you did come back and told me, because
thanks
I'm
very
like,
much. I will. I'll give it a try. I'm gonna watch that now, and hopefully,
yeah,
I'll have a look out for the live. And I
perfect.
appreciate that.
All right,
Thanks
brilliant.
very
Well,
much.
yeah, thank you for coming up.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Well, we got one, guys. We got one honest person out of that. That was It kind of makes all the children and the trolls like almost worth it. Like, yay! Finally, somebody
Yeah.
normal and somebody who's not coming up trolling or playing weird noises or something.
Yeah, isn't it weird that you have to like wait a few seconds to decide whether or not they're going to be trolling you? Like,
Yeah, but yeah, we did. We got somebody who was honest, and
W's.
yeah,
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
guys, hey, hit like, hit subscribe, get on Jem's membership. Look at all the people in the chat and all these things. Come on, get her to become a full-time activist. I'm game. I think she should be, and I think you guys in the chat can help become channel members. All the fun things. Sorry for the yelling.
Appreciate that. And thank you to all the panel members as well: Chip, David, 40-year-old vegan, and Cal. Yeah, guys, give them a follow. All awesome activists, and I really appreciate you coming on here and supporting me and sharing your knowledge as well. It is very
Thank
much
you very much.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me again, Jim. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Jim. You're awesome.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'm going to shoot off then, but hopefully speak to you next week. Bye bye. Right, that is a wrap. So guys, started out annoying, but we did get one at the end, and I'm gonna have to keep it really quick and short, saying goodbye because I ran over a little bit, but yeah, I think it was worth it because the guy went vegan, so that's how I'm justifying me yapping on at this time. So yeah, it's necessary. But yeah, to everybody who stuck around on YouTube, thank you so much. We have had a decent amount of views, so that's cool. Thank you to anybody who's moderated in the chat or anybody who's replied to comments as well. You know, it's a team effort, it's a joint effort, so I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'd love to say goodbye to people individually, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm feeling a little bit tired today, but 3 a.m. in India, you need to go to bed. No, you can stay up. You can stay up till whenever you like. Yeah, let's all get some rest and come back tomorrow. Yeah, see you next Tuesday, Carnis. I forgot about that. See you next Tuesday, Monarch. See you next Tuesday, Ligma. Wow, thank you so much, Marcus. We've just had a donation come in. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate that. It all does help, so very much appreciated. But yeah, legend. But yeah, I do have to shoot off now. So it's been a pleasure. Bit of a shaky start, but we got through it and we got a vegan. Yay. It's always worth it. Okay. All right. Catch you later, guys. Thanks again for everybody who stuck around, for all of your support. Bye-bye.